Chapter 1764. Devil Tiger's Sovereign. Alright. Qin Yun also believes in Lu Yushuyan's strength. He immediately hid inside a large tree. Lu Yushuyan felt a lot more at ease seeing Qin Yun hide. If Qin Yun was beside her, she would not feel at ease. Although Qin Yun is hiding, he must also prepare to attack. If Lu Yushuyan is not his match, he must have a countermeasure. Just as he hid inside the large tree, a yellow light suddenly flashed in front of Lu Yushuyan. A black-robed, middle-aged man with face full of scars appeared. He is holding a large axe flickering with yellow light. His gaze is gloomy and cold as he looked at Lu Yushuyan. The pitch-black forest was immediately illuminated by the yellow light large axe in the middle-aged man's hand. Lu Yushuyan is also wearing black clothes and a mask. Only her eyes can be seen gradually turning blood red. She has entered a state of slaughter. It is indeed you, damned woman. We have been looking for you for so long. The middle-aged man said with evil smile, I didn't expect you to appear here. This time, you want to ruin Master's good matter again? Don't be delusional. I will definitely kill you today. Devil Immortal Great Emperor is actually here. This caused Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan to feel astonished. They thought that only a few people from Devil Immortal Heavenly Gate are here. Devil Tiger Sovereign, we haven't met for so many years. You are still the same. You have not improved at all. You want to kill me with your current strength? Lu Yushuyan sneered. Even if your master, Devil Immortal Great Emperor, came, he would not be my match. Devil Tiger Sovereign laughed loudly and said, You are the same as that bastard Fu Yun, always bluffing. You can't scare me. You have been cursed by Master. Your soul and body are suffering from the pain of the curse. Because of the curse, you have become unrecognizable. You are not my match. The curse on Lu Yushuyan's body has already been removed. Now, because the God-positioned totem appeared on the surface of her skin, she has no choice but to wear a mask. Even if I am cursed, you can't beat me. Lu Yushuyan did not attack. She is only tightly holding the red saber filled with slaughter aura. Devil Tiger Sovereign also did not attack. His face is filled with arrogance as he laughed loudly and said, All right, quickly come and kill me. I'll stand here and let you hit me. Let's see how you kill me. If you were strong enough, you would have attacked me long ago. Lu Yushuyan gripped the blade in her hand and said coldly, Demon Immortal Great Emperor is also here. Of course Master is here. What are you afraid? Devil Tiger Sovereign laughed sinisterly. You should be glad that it was only me who came to deal with you. If Master had come personally, you would have died even more miserably. What's he doing here? The red saber in Lu Yushuyan's hand suddenly trembled, creating a gale. Devil Tiger Sovereign is very confident, so he is not afraid of Lu Yushuyan at all. He said with sneer, Master is now an esteemed guest of Sun Spirit Race. He and Sun Spirit Race have a big plan here. What plan? Lu Yushuyan did not attack. She wanted to know what the Devil Immortal Great Emperor was doing here. Since you're going to die anyway, I am not afraid to tell you. Devil Tiger Monarch proudly smiled and said, We joined hands with Sun Spirit Race and found the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. You came here to find the Sky Leaping Shuttle, right? Qin Yun's heart palpitated. Devil Immortal Great Emperor actually found the Sky Leaping Shuttle. Lu Yushuyan is also extremely apprehensive because the last time she came here, the Devil Immortal Great Emperor was not here. How did you find it? Lu Yushuyan feels that this matter is not simple. The Sky Leaping Shuttle released a special spatial fluctuation and was found by us. The Sky Leaping Shuttle originally belonged to us, but it was forcefully taken by that guy, Floating Cloud. Devil Tiger Sovereign laughed loudly and said, That bastard Floating Cloud has been dead for so many years. The Sky Leaping Shuttle is finally going to see the light of day again. Lu Yushuyan said in cold voice, The Sky Leaping Shuttle was originally his. This is something that the Space God gave to Qin Yun. Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor always wanted to take it for themselves. This caused Lu Yushuyan to be very angry. That bastard Immortal King Floating Cloud is already dead, right? Back then, he was just a little immortal king. Back then, I was indeed not his match, but now, I can crush him to death with one hand. I am an immortal emperor, and he has already turned into yellow soil. Devil Tiger, Sovereign laughed loudly and said, "The one who is dead is you." Lu Yuxian's ice-cold voice brought along an extremely berserk killing intent that suddenly enveloped Devil Tiger Sovereign's body. In the darkness of the night, Qin Yun can see that blood-like killing intent transformed into a ruthless gale that directly entangled Devil Tiger Sovereign. Devil Tiger Sovereign is horrified in his heart, his face immediately filled with fear, because the aura that Lu Yuxian suddenly erupted with is many times stronger than before. Previously, Devil Tiger Sovereign sensed that Lu Yuxian's aura was rather weak, and Lu Yuxian was deliberately suppressing her aura. But now, she suddenly erupted with power far stronger than Devil Tiger Sovereign. Devil Tiger Sovereign, who is enveloped by that killing intent, only wants to run away immediately, because he knows that the woman in front of him is evenly matched with his master, Devil Immortal Great Emperor. This kind of strength is rarely seen even in the entire Immortal Desolate. Lu Yuxian suddenly flew over. The blood-colored saber in her hand swept across the ground and cut off Devil Tiger Sovereign's legs. "Ah, Master, save me!" Devil Tiger Sovereign screamed miserably. He wanted to release the immortal emperor power within his body, but his body was penetrated by that berserk killing intent, causing him to feel unbearable pain. Shua! Lu Yuxian's blood-colored saber carried a sharp killing intent as it slashed towards Devil Tiger Sovereign's shoulder, chopping off his entire arm. Devil Tiger Sovereign's miserable screams resounded through the quiet forest. That miserable howl accompanied the cold wind and spread throughout the forest. It is very frightening, causing people's hair to stand on end. Devil Tiger Sovereign's legs were chopped off. His body was lifted up by Lu Yuxian's killing intent, allowing him to float. "A plaything like you dares to clamor about killing me?" As soon as Lu Yuxian's voice fell, she slashed down again, chopping off Devil Tiger Sovereign's other shoulder. Devil Tiger Sovereign screamed again and again. His scarred and sinister face was illuminated by the huge axe on the ground that was flickering with yellow light. The huge axe was held by his severed arm. "You cannot curse." Devil Tiger Sovereign screamed. "Didn't your master tell you that my curse has already been removed?" Lu Yuxian said with a sneer. "That's impossible. Only master can remove this curse. Unless your soul is much stronger than his." Devil Tiger Sovereign shouted in alarm. "Even if you have Saint Tyr's soul, you can't remove the curse alone. Saint Tyr's soul can't, but God Tyr's soul can, right?" The blood-colored saber in Lu Yuxian's hand is absorbing the blood on the surface of the saber and then releasing a red light mist. God Tyr's soul. This caused Devil Tiger Sovereign to be greatly frightened. Indeed, only by cultivating God Tyr's soul can the curse be removed. Qin Yun is hiding inside the tree trunk and secretly exclaimed in admiration. Previously, he thought that it would be very difficult to remove the curse for Lu Yuxian. He never expected that she would be able to do it herself. "Quickly speak, other than looking for the heaven-leaping shuttle. What are you doing here?" Lu Yuxian asked in cold voice. "We, heaven-leaping shuttle? I'm not too sure." Devil Tiger Sovereign is terrified. He shouted with trembling voice. "Let me go." Lu Yuxian said coldly. "You don't know? Then I'll let you know." She waved her hand and shot out a red light into Devil Tiger Sovereign's forehead. "Ah!" Devil Tiger Sovereign screamed miserably and shouted, I'll speak. Lu Yuxian immediately retracted the thing she shot into his soul. "This place has something the Sun Spirit race is looking for. When we came here, we discovered that the heaven-leaping shuttle was also hidden here," Devil Tiger Sovereign said. "What is the Sun Spirit race looking for?" Lu Yuxian asked. I really don't know. That thing is very important to them. They said that this is a sacred land established by the 9 suns in the Immortal Desolate," Devil Tiger Sovereign said with trembling voice. "They came from the sun, so they are very clear about this matter. Did the devil immortal great emperor go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain range back then? Lu Yu Shuyan asked again. What was he and the immortal desolate great emperor secretly plotting? Devil Tiger Sovereign's entire body trembled and shook his head. I can't say, I will die. If you don't say, you won't die, but you will definitely regret living. Lu Yu Shuyan laughed sinisterly. If you say it, you will die a bit more happily. Devil Tiger Sovereign shouted loudly. I can't say it. If I say it, my soul will be destroyed. Soul contract. Qin Yun and Lu Yu Shuyan immediately thought of this matter. It can be seen that the devil immortal great emperor and the immortal desolate great emperor went to the Cloud Dragon Mountain range to carry out a very secret matter. It was not as simple as building an immortal graveyard. Lu Yu Shuyan said with frown. You signed a soul contract? Devil Tiger Sovereign frantically nodded his head. Yes. If I say this, I will die. Lu Yu Shuyan suddenly shouted. Xiao Yun, come out. Qin Yun suddenly ran out from the tree. Seeing Qin Yun, Devil Tiger Sovereign looks like he has seen a ghost. His mouth is wide open. He is so scared that he can't say a word. Do you have a way? Lu Yu Shuyan asked. I do, but I need some time. Qin Yun looked around. I have to be a bit safer. Take out the floating cloud pagoda and enter it. Lu Yu Shuyan said. Didn't you die? Devil Tiger Sovereign is very shocked. He said in astonishment. Master said that he saw a person who looks exactly like immortal King Fu Yun in the Imperial Race Divine Palace. That guy's name is Qin Yun. Could it be you? Qin Yun said with smile. That's right, it's me. After Qin Yun and Lu Yu Shuyan left this place, he took out the floating cloud pagoda. Lu Yu Shuyan grabbed Devil Tiger Sovereign and brought him to the first floor. Qin Yun is actually immortal King Fu Yun. Devil Tiger Sovereign often heard about Qin Yun's matters. This Qin Yun destroyed Evil Sun and Sun Altar. He also destroyed the Sun Spirit race's matter. The most enviable thing is that he has 2 Sun Spirits, as well as Inscription Spirit. You have reincarnated? Devil Tiger Sovereign shouted after entering the floating cloud pagoda. He is extremely apprehensive. The reincarnated Qin Yun is actually more awesome than the previous life's immortal King Fu Yun. Sister Shuyan, is the 9 extinction spirit sealing needle in your hands? Qin Yun said with smile. Lu Yu Shuyan immediately took out a black box. Chapter 1765. Blackhand back then, Qin Yun's cultivation level was still very low. He was not immortal yet, so the 9 absolutes soul-sealing needles were always with Lu Yu and Shuyan. Lu Yu Shuyan opened the box, and immediately 9 chopstick-length golden needles floated out. First seal his soul. Let his soul enter a very calm state. Only then can I proceed to the next step. Qin Yun said. 9 absolute soul-sealing needle. Isn't that MOG's item? How did it end up in your hands? Tiger Monarch Devil said in shock. MOG is Xian Qiru's mother and Devil Immortal Great Emperor's relative. Lu Yu Shuyan snorted and controlled the 9 golden needles to pierce into Devil Tiger Sovereign's head. Tiger Lord immediately fell into a deep sleep. I fought with this guy in my previous life? Asked Qin Yun. Yes, his cultivation is higher than yours, but every time he meets you, he suffers a great loss. He was almost killed by you several times. He is really lucky to be able to live until now. Lu Yu Shuyan laughed tenderly and said, Didn't you see? When he saw you, he looked like he had seen a ghost. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, I am so handsome, yet I can scare him like that. It is most likely that my past life left a great shadow on him. Lu Yu Shuyan chuckled and said, Xiao Yun, quickly begin. This guy is Devil Immortal Great Emperor's favorite disciple, so he definitely knows a lot about Devil Immortal Great Emperor. I can't guarantee that it will work. Qin Yun said with a frown. This guy's soul is also a sacred level soul. The Devil Immortal Great Emperor must have added something to it. I'm afraid I'll be affected. If I encounter any other situation while searching his soul, I will have to eliminate him. Is the risk that high? Then forget it. Lu Yu Shuyan doesn't want anything to happen to Qin Yun. It's mainly because my soul is not strong enough. I am missing 8 souls and 9 spirits. Qin Yun said with bitter smile. I also want to see what this guy knows. Lu Yu Shuyan's beautiful eyes flickered as she said with a smile. How about this? You and I will cultivate the 2nd level of the Sun-Moon Heart Sutra. That spirit fusion technique will allow our souls to fuse together. When the time comes, just let me do it. You help me search that guy's soul. It should work. Qin Yun thought for a moment, nodded and said, let's give it a try. Qin Yun released the nether moon. The small black nether moon was shot into Devil Tiger Sovereign's head by him using the mysterious penetration divine ability. When it entered, Devil Tiger Monarch's body trembled a bit, but he quickly calmed down. His soul had already been sealed by the 9 absolute soul-sealing needle. Even if he was in incomparable pain, he did not have any reaction. Let's begin, Qin Yun said. Lu Yu Shuyan hugged Qin Yun and whispered in his ear, Xiao Yun, relax, this is the first time I am cultivating spirit fusion technique with you. I am a bit nervous. Her voice was charming and moving, full of tenderness. Qin Yun never expected the murderous woman to become so charming and gentle in a blink of an eye. He took a whiff of Lu Yu Shuyan's unique fragrance and gradually relaxed, feeling the beauty's charm and gentleness. Not long after, Qin Yun sensed Lu Yu Shuyan appearing in his mental world. The spiritual world was an illusory space. Inside, Qin Yun saw a beautiful and dreamlike woman wearing a white dress. Sister Shuyan. Qin Yun finally saw the woman who has been lingering in his dreams. Lu Yu Shuyan's face has a charming smile. Her beautiful eyes are filled with tenderness, flickering with a soul-stealing charm. Every frown and smile is overflowing with charm. That dreamlike and intoxicating appearance caused Qin Yun to be somewhat dumbfounded. It's about to begin. Ling Yun, said with charming smile, flapped her wings, and flew over. She is also a charming fairy, but she is very cute and lively. After she arrived, she directly hugged Lu Yu Shuyan and lightly shouted, Sister Shuyan, you are so beautiful. I like you. I am Xiao Yun's Tao spirit. My name is Ling Yun. Is that so? Then you must know about me and him. Lu Yu Shuyan said with light smile. She is not surprised about the matter of Tao spirit. Of course I know. Ling Yun said with charming smile. You should quickly start searching that guy's memories. After Qin Yun regained his senses, he said, Sister Shuyan, I will try to guide you to search. Lu Yu Shuyan sat on the lawn, nodded and said, let's begin. Qin Yun inhaled a deep breath and immediately began. Their souls are now together, so Qin Yun can sense Lu Yu Shuyan's powerful soul. Ling Yun is also earnestly watching from the side. She knows that this is a crucial moment, so she is very honest. Otherwise, she would have already started acting carelessly. Lu Yu Shuyan closed her beautiful eyes and tightly frowned. Devil Immortal Great Emperor is indeed very good. Lu Yu Shuyan said. He placed many defensive methods inside that Devil Tiger ruler's soul. It won't be easy to search his memories. I should be able to break it, Qin Yun said. Xiao Yun, did your nether moon feel any obstruction inside that guy's soul? Lu Yu Shuyan asked. I felt it. Qin Yun nodded and said, I am worried that if I forcefully break it, that guy's soul will be torn apart. At that time, I won't know anything. Don't be afraid. After that guy's soul is shattered, I can quickly capture some memories. Lu Yu Shuyan said, begin attacking that guy's soul. Qin Yun immediately followed Lu Yu Shuyan's instructions and attacked Devil Tiger ruler's soul. In just a few moments, Lu Yu Shuyan opened her eyes and said, that guy's soul is shattered, but I managed to capture some memory fragments. Do you know about the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range? Ling Yun hastily asked. Lu Yu Shuyan smiled coquettishly, reached out her hand, and caressed Ling Yun's charming face. She said with a smile, I only know a little. Sigh, what a pity. Qin Yun sighed. Back then, someone instigated the Immortal Desolate Great Emperor and Devil Immortal Great Emperor to build the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. They sealed Xiao Rou's powerful body and divine position, as well as Xiao Yun's 8 souls and 9 spirits. Apart from that, they also sealed some very important things inside. Lu Yushuyan said, "Maybe the thing that Princess Dark Knight is looking for is also inside." "Who instigated it?" Qin Yun asked. "I don't know." Xiao Rou's very powerful body, as well as the damaged moon god divine position, are all inside. And your 8 souls and 9 spirits. The person who can do these things is definitely very, very strong. Lu Yushuyan's expression became grave. Was it done by the 9 Sun sects and the evil Yang race? Qin Yun asked, "I heard that I killed those guys in the Divine Desolate back then. The 9 Sun sects and the evil Yang race are only hired thugs. I don't know who's behind them." Lu Yushuyan shook her head and said, "In short, in Devil Tiger Ruler's memories, there are matters regarding the Dark Royal race and Imperial race. These 2 great races are also involved." Ling Yun said, "Sister Shu Yin, Xiao Yun will become even stronger in this life. At that time, he will definitely be able to uncover the mastermind behind the scenes." And Lu Yushuyan smiled sweetly. "Little fairy, you are so beautiful." Sister Shu Yin, "She is a rogue fairy. She is as bad as Yuelon." Qin Yin lightly groaned and said, "I really don't understand. I am such an honest person. How can I have such a bad Tao spirit?" "That's because in your subconscious, you are a scoundrel." Ling Yin smiled sweetly and said, "I like beauties. How am I a rogue?" Lu Yushuyan smiled sweetly. "I also like beauties. It's rare to see a fairy as beautiful as you. Sister Shu Yin, you are truly a very special beauty. I really like you." Ling Yun threw herself into Lu Yushuyan's embrace and hugged this great beauty. Then she proudly stuck out her tongue at Qin Yun. Qin Yun reached out his hand and pinched Ling Yun's face. He said with smile, "Yin you, Yuelon, and you Shaoling are all the same. Yin, this Nether Sun Tao spirit is very special. Her temperament has a lot to do with Master's soul," Lu Yushuyan said with light smile. "The reason why she is like this is because she inherited the character of a certain woman from the depths of your soul. Could it be that she inherited Yuelon's?" Qin Yun said in shock. "It's very likely." Lu Yushuyan said with smile, "You liked Yuelon very much in your past life. Although you haven't awakened your past life's memories, your soul has deep feelings for her." Qin Yun said with frown. "So that's how it is." Lu Yushuyan hugged Ling Yun kissed her forehead and said with smile, "The reason why she likes us so much is because you have deep feelings for us from the depths of your soul." That's right. You still say I'm bad." Ling Yun said with smile. "Xiao Yun, I embody the feelings you have for these great beauties from the depths of your soul." Boom! The floating cloud pagoda suddenly trembled. "Someone is attacking the floating cloud pagoda," Qin Yun said in shock. "Don't worry, I'm here." Lu Yushuyan said, "The Sun Spirit race is looking for something here. It must be very important. We must not let them obtain it. Goodbye, Sister Shu Yin. I will miss you." Ling Yun kissed Lu Yushuyan's beautiful cheek and said reluctantly. Lu Yushuyan gently smiled, hugged her, and then disappeared. Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan also woke up at this time. And at this time, the floating cloud pagoda shook again. Lu Yushuyan waved her hand and took back the 9 absolute spirit sealing needles on Devil Tiger King's body. In reality, she is still wearing a mask. But now, Qin Yun feels that she is very familiar. She is the sister Yao Fong he is familiar with, and also the Lu Yushuyan he met in the ancient garden. A loud shout came from outside. "People inside the 9 Sun Heaven Raising Pagoda, quickly come out." This floating cloud pagoda fell down together with the Sun Divine Stone. Qin Yun also knows that it is called 9 Sun Heaven Raising Pagoda. Someone who can recognize this 9 Sun Heaven Raising Pagoda must be from the Sun Spirit race. It should be the Sun Spirit race's bugs. Qin Yun took out a few soul-protecting immortal talismans and handed them over to Lu Yushuyan. He warned, "Take these with you. Don't be afraid of them." After Lu Yushuyan took them, she did not go out. Instead, she coldly shouted, "Who are you?" I am from a sun spirit race. Why is the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda in your hands? The person who spoke outside is a middle-aged man. His tone is very fierce as he shouted, "This is our sun spirit race's divine pagoda. Quickly return it to us." The nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda is a pagoda used by the divine king for seclusion. What does it have to do with your sun spirit race? Your sun spirit race is just a prison inside the sun, yet you dare to say that the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda is yours? Lu Yushuyan furiously shouted. Qin Yun is secretly amazed. Lu Yushuyan truly knows a lot about the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda. Chapter 1766. 5 Sacred Lands. Chapter 1766. Lu Yushuyan glanced at Qin Yun. Her eyes are filled with smile. She replied to the middle-aged man outside. Her voice is filled with dignity as she shouted, "Then who do you think I am?" "You. The nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda is here, and you know so much about the matters inside the sun. Could it be that you came from inside the sun? Are you Divine King's subordinate?" The middle-aged man's voice is filled with fear as he yelled, "Impossible. Divine King's subordinates are all dead." "Do you know how many subordinates the Divine King has?" Lu Yushuyan sneered. She is deliberately teasing the middle-aged man. Qin Yun is very curious as he listened because he can take this opportunity to know some things inside the sun. "Of course I know. The Divine King had 13 Dragon Rider Divine Monarchs under him. Each of them was a powerful expert in Divine Desolate, but later they all died. Since you have the nine-sun heaven-raising pagoda, it means that you must be one of the Dragon Rider Divine Monarchs." Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive. His past life actually had so many powerful subordinates. He thought about it carefully and found it not strange. After all, he was the Divine King. If he did not have capable subordinates, how could he be the king? "Indeed, I am one of them, Dragon Rider Divine Monarch," Lu Yushuyan said in cold voice. "What is the purpose of your sun spirit race coming to the sun sacred land?" The middle-aged man outside is startled. His face is filled with shock as he said, "Are you really one of the Dragon Rider Divine Monarchs? Quickly speak. Why did you come to the sun sacred land?" Lu Yushuyan asked. "I don't believe you are Dragon Rider Divine Monarch. If you are, you must know about the sun sacred land." The middle-aged man carefully thought about it and said with sneer, "I see that your strength is also very ordinary. Otherwise, you wouldn't be hiding inside and not coming out." Lu Yushuyan nodded at Qin Yun and prepared to go out. "Be careful," Qin Yun said in low voice. Lu Yushuyan suddenly rushed out with a blood-colored long saber in hand. There are many golden threads floating outside the floating cloud pagoda. They are sacred emperor insects. The middle-aged man outside is clearly a member of the sun spirit race's royal family. After Lu Yushuyan left, Qin Yun also used 9 Heaven's Dragon Lion Cannon to condense his absolute yang power inside the cannon barrel and shot out. His absolute yang power can deal with sacred emperor insects. When the middle-aged man outside saw Lu Yushuyan come out, he immediately controlled a large number of monarch saint insects to rush over. Large amounts of sacred emperor bugs, over 1,000 of them. They released a faint golden light that surged in the dark night like a huge wave. Qin Yun was alarmed. There should be very few royal sacred insects, but there were many of them here. He suspected that it was because this place was the sun's sacred ground that it could condense a large number of sacred emperor insects. Emperor Qin killed many of them, but the middle-aged man is in spirit. At Qin, the middle-aged man. Previously, he had destroyed the prince's royal sacred bug in front of the entrance of the Emperor Clan Divine Hall. It had caused the prince great pain. Yushuyan at, they're all he and emperor insects, he. Sun Chang, he's spirit and spirit. He in with Shui, spirit. Yin is, Li is. When the Sun Soul Race's middle-aged man saw that a large number of sacred monarch insects were unable to deal with Lu Yushuyan, he was only a little shocked. He remained calm. Hula. Lu Yushuyan slashed with her blade. In this thunder fog heavenly forest, she did not dare to release too much power, as it would attract the berserk lightning in the dense fog. The middle-aged man immediately took out a crooked golden rod and blocked Louis Wei-Shuyin's slashing long saber. With a loud clang, the golden rod in the middle-aged man's hand shone with a golden light, and the ground shook violently. "Who exactly are you?" That middle-aged man sensed that Liu Shuyin is very strong and asked in shock. He originally thought that Liu Shuyin was just an ordinary immortal emperor. However, after exchanging blows, he realized that Liu Shuyin was one of the strongest immortal emperors in the Immortal Desolate. "Who?" Liu Shuyin's killing intent suddenly surged out, turning into a bloody astral wind that enveloped the middle-aged man. "Ah!" the middle-aged man shouted. His body shook, and the bloody astral wind was shaken away. At this time, 9 golden needles suddenly pierced out. Xiao xiao xiao. The speed of the needles is very fast. They let out a whistling sound as they pierced through the air and entered the middle-aged man's body. 9 absolute spirit sealing needle. "Who the hell are you?" The middle-aged man shouted in despair, then fell down on the ground and fainted. Liu Shuyin vigorously kicked the middle-aged man and sent him flying to the floating cloud pagoda's entrance. Qin Yin also quickly killed all the sacred insects outside and fed them to the nether spirit sacred blade. Since the battle happened here, he and Liu Shuyin immediately moved to this place. As for the middle-aged man, he has been imprisoned inside the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. This time, Qin Yin and Liu Shuyin are hiding deep underground. They dug a big hole to put down the floating cloud pagoda. In the first floor, Qin Yin let out the middle-aged man from the sun spirit race. That middle-aged man's soul has been sealed by the 9 absolute spirit sealing needle. He is now in deep slumber. That devil tiger king can't talk about the sun's sacred land. Moreover, he is not too clear about it. This guy is a royal family member of the sun spirit race. He should be able to talk about it, right? Liu Shuyin said, "Sister Shuyin, should we cultivate together again and search his soul's memories?" Qin Yin asked. "Come," Liu Shuyin said with smile. "I can see the great beauty Yuner again." Qin Yin shook his head and smiled. He gently held Liu Shuyin's delicate lily-white hands and released the nether moon. It entered the middle-aged man's head and penetrated his soul. Qin Yin is sitting on a chair. Liu Shuyin is sitting on his thigh and leaning on his bosom. Liu Shuyin used divine fusion technique and entered Qin Yin's mental world again. Ling Yuner is very happy. After she saw Liu Shuyin, she bounced over and hugged Liu Shuyin. And Qin Yin immediately began using One Thought Imperial Heaven Art's secret technique to control the nether moon to search the middle-aged man's soul's memories and guide them into Liu Shuyin's soul. Liu Shuyin's soul is very powerful, so she is not afraid of backlash. Moreover, she has searched the devil immortal great emperor's soul's memories for many years, so she has rich experience in this aspect. After a while, Liu Shuyin opened her eyes and said with frown, "That guy's soul is too weak. He couldn't hold on for a while and shattered." Ling Yuner leaned on Liu Shuyin's bosom and said delicately, "Sister Shuyin, did you find anything useful?" In that guy's memories, Sun's Sacred Land has a total of 5. Every Sun's Sacred Land is a special space, and Cloud Dragon Mountain Range is actually one of them. Liu Shuyin gently caressed Ling Yuner's beautiful hair and said, "The place I am at is also one. What about the other 3? Qin Yin asked. "The remaining 3 are in the Sacred Desolate, Divine Desolate, and the mysterious 9th Desolate." Liu Shuyin's dreamy, beautiful jade face is filled with doubt. Sun Spirit Race, people only know that the Sun's Sacred Land is hiding something, but they don't know what it is. Ling Yuner saw Liu Shuyin seriously pondering. She kissed her face and said with sweet smile, "Sister Shuyin, you said that Xiao Yun's past life often came here, and even placed the heaven-leaping shuttle here. Did he also know that this place is the Sun Sacred Land?" Liu Shuyin nodded and said, "It should be. Strange, Even Xiao wrote doesn't know about the sun's sacred land. Could it be that this is the secret of the sun sacred land? Didn't Xiao Yun's past life tell you? Ling Yuner also found it strange. Lui Shuyan looked at Qin Yun and shook her head. I didn't. Qin Yun stroked his chin and said, Yuanmei said that there is something inside the heaven-leaping shuttle. It is also something that the devil immortal great emperor and the immortal desolate great emperor have always been looking for. Could it be that the thing hidden in the sun's sacred land is inside the heaven-leaping shuttle? It's very possible. Lui Shuyan nodded and said, Your past life, immortal King Fu Yun stayed in this place for a very long time. He must have turned this place upside down. Who exactly is the power behind the devil immortal great emperor and the immortal desolate great emperor? It should be the power behind them that is looking for that thing. Ling Yuner said very curiously. Only by finding the heaven-leaping shuttle can we figure it out. Lui Shuyan said, I'm worried that the heaven-leaping shuttle will fall into their hands. Qin Yun said solemnly, Don't be afraid. Only you can take out the thing you are hiding. Lui Shuyan gently smiled. If others want to take it out, they will have to pay a very painful price. They might even have to pay with their lives. Qin Yun nodded. Lui Shuyan kissed Ling Yuner's face and said goodbye to her. Then they stopped cultivating. That middle-aged man is already dead. Qin Yun took out the nether moon and took out the nether spirit's sacred blade to collect the broken soul. All right. That guy from the sun spirit race used the special sun power of the sun's sacred land to nurture a very powerful insect empress. A large number of sacred emperor-grade insects were created by that insect empress. Lui Shuyan said, I'm not afraid of those things. Qin Yun said. After they arrived on the ground, Lui Shuyan brought Qin Yun and hurried on their way. After a day, they finally passed through the thunder, fog, heavenly forest, and arrived at a mountain range full of huge mountains. After entering the mountain range, Qin Yun suddenly felt a very familiar feeling. This place is very similar to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. This kind of feeling is exactly the same. But this is not the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Qin Yun said, Is that so? You told me in my past life that this place is called 10,000 Snake Mountain Range. Lui Shuyan said with smile. But I have never seen a snake here. Qin Yun looked at the blue sky and said with sigh, If you didn't tell me, I really wouldn't have known that this is an independent space outside of Immortal Desolate. This sun's sacred land might not be affected by the sun extermination. Lui Shuyan looked ahead and said in low voice, Your heaven-leaping shuttle is hidden inside a mountain. Lui Shuyan brought Qin Yun and ran for a day and a half. In the evening, they arrived at that mountain. That mountain looked very ordinary, but there was a powerful immortal emperor aura around it. Devil immortal great emperor and immortal desolate great emperor are both here. Lui Shuyan said in shock. It seems like there are also dark royal race people. There are also a few powerful dragon race immortal emperors. Qin Yun took out a dragon scale and saw that it is shining. He said with frown, Grandma Qiang is also here. What is going on? Chapter 1767. People from Outer Heaven Domain. How do they find this place? Lui Shuyan is very puzzled. She really can't understand why so many powerful immortal emperors are gathered here. Qin Yun took out a faraway tool and looked at the mountain not far away. He said with frown, That mountain seems to have a barrier. They can't enter, right? Indeed, the barrier there is very strong. We need to break that barrier to enter that cave. And there's also a door at the cave entrance. It is also very difficult to enter. Lui Shuyan said. Qin Yun pinched the Red Sun Dragon scale and called out to Red Sun Dragon Mother. He wanted to contact her, but he did not receive any response. Lui Shuyan took out a blood-red long saber and said in low voice, Xiao Yun, how about I go take a look? Are they really unable to break through that mountain? Qin Yun asked. I'm also not sure right now. Lui Shuyan sighed and said, There are too many powerful immortal emperors here. Moreover, there are also people like Dark Royal Race. If powerful Outer Heaven Domain experts help, they might be able to break through. Qin Yun said, "Let's wait and see. Maybe it is inconvenient for Grandma Qi Yang to answer me now. Let's wait patiently." Lu Yushuyan nodded. She and Qin Yun are also at the top of a mountain, looking at the mountain in front of them. The sky is dark. The surroundings are very quiet, but Immortal Emperor's power spread out from time to time, causing this mountain range to be enveloped in a kind of oppressive atmosphere. That mountain looks very ordinary, but there are many layers of barrier outside. That mountain is also made of very special materials. Even if we attack it head-on, it will take a very long time to break through. Lu Yushuyan looked at the sky and said with frown, "Why is there no moon today? Could it be that we can't see the moon inside the sun-sacred land?" Qin Yun looked up at the night sky and can only see a vast expanse of stars. Lu Yushuyan shook her head and said, "When I came in with Xiao Rou, I could see the moon." "The moon suddenly disappeared?" Qin Yun said in shock. "Didn't Yuelon say that the moon has some change? Could it be that Guanghan Palace controlled the moon to disappear?" Lu Yushuyan is somewhat astonished. If that is the case, then the moon might be facing some threat, so it suddenly disappeared. They should be fine. Qin Yun is secretly worried. The red sun dragon scale in Qin Yun's hand suddenly trembled. "Kid Floating Cloud? You are here too?" Red Sun Dragon Mother was shocked. "What are you doing here? How did you know about this place?" "I came with a friend." "Grandma Qiang, what are you dragons doing here? Those two great emperors seem to be here as well." Qin Yun quickly asked. "The Darkness Royal Race and the Sun Soul Race are both present," Red Sun Dragon Mother said. "There are also some fellows from the Outer Heaven Realm with them." The dragon race that went to the Outer Heaven Realm returned to the Immortal Desolate. I followed them. They said they wanted to take something. He didn't know what the Red Sun Dragon Mother was here for. The fact that there were forces from the Outer Heaven Realms competing with the dragon race that had returned from the Outer Heaven Realm showed that there was much more to it than just the sky-leaping shuttle. "Grandma Qiyang, will you fight with the Dark Royal Race?" Qin Yun asked. "There is a high chance that we will fight. You and your friend must be careful," Red Sun Dragon Mother said. "If we fight, it will cause a huge commotion." Qin Yun asked again, "Is that thing sealed?" "It is sealed inside that mountain. The Dark Royal Race and the Sun Soul Race have no way to break the seal, but the experts from the Outer Heaven Realms can. They're slowly removing the seal outside," Red Sun Dragon Mother said. Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive. Those people from the Outer Heaven Realms are indeed very powerful. They can actually remove the seal on that mountain. "I won't talk to you anymore. I want to discuss tactics with the returning dragon race," Red Sun Dragon Mother said. After Qin Yun cut off contact with Red Sun Dragon Mother, he immediately informed Lu Yushuyan about this matter. After Lu Yushuyan heard this, her heart became heavy. She also has no idea. She asked, "Xiao Yun, should we go over? If we don't go, once they break the barrier, the heaven-leaping shuttle and that mysterious thing will be taken by them. Those things originally belonged to you." Qin Yun anxiously paced back and forth and said, "If we go over and face so many powerful immortal emperors, it will indeed be very troublesome. The immortal emperors of the Outer Heaven Realms are very powerful. They don't dare to guarantee that they can sneak over. At this time, the people from the Outer Heaven Realms are beside the mountain. They are currently breaking the formation barrier. The entrance will definitely be watched closely. It will be very difficult to sneak in." Lu Yushuyan and Xieqiru did not expect this. That mountain was discovered so quickly, and it was even targeted by the powerful immortal emperors of the Outer Heaven Realms. Otherwise, Lu Yushuyan wouldn't be the only one accompanying Qin Yun. What exactly did those people from the Outer Heaven Realms come for? Qin Yun is very curious. It seems like that thing must be very precious, otherwise they wouldn't want it so much. Lu Yushuyan said, "Xiao Yun, how about we directly go over and talk to them? With me here, I can definitely protect you and help you escape. You don't need to worry about this." "All right, let's go over and scare them. Everyone enter that mountain together. I have the divine King Heavenly Seal. I have the greatest advantage. If we go together, we won't suffer any losses," Qin Yun said. Soon after, they discussed the details and decided to go over. Late at night, the mountain in front of them suddenly flashed with white light. A barrier has been broken. When Qin Yun and Lu Shuyan flew over, they heard a burst of cheers. As soon as the two of them approached, the people near the mountain immediately became vigilant. A sharp aura suddenly rushed over and enveloped Qin Yun and Lu Shuyan. "It's you, Feng Yueyao." Devil Immortal Great Emperor's voice sounded. He is wearing a set of black armor. His entire head is covered by a helmet. His voice is filled with incomparable anger. In the blink of an eye, Devil Immortal Great Emperor appeared in front of Lu Shuyan. After Devil Immortal Great Emperor arrived, he saw Qin Yun and shouted angrily, "Qin Yun, you are indeed Immortal King Fu Yun." Immortal Desolate Great Emperor also flew over. He is wearing white armor, and his head is also covered by a white helmet. The armor on their bodies is very powerful, and they are tightly protected. After all, this kind of great emperor is also very afraid of death. One has been missing for many years, and the other has been dead for many years. I never expected that they would suddenly appear here. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said coldly, "You came here to take the heaven-leaping shuttle, right?" There's a wave of furious, immortal emperor power within their bodies. Accompanied by their might, they surged out. Although they are furious, they did not attack. That is because the killing intent on Lu Shuyan's body is extremely terrifying. The heaven-leaping shuttle was originally mine. Qin Yun faintly smiled. It was given to me by the space god. Stop bragging and lying. Space god? You know, a fart god. Devil Immortal Great Emperor said with sneer. Lu Shuyan sneered in her heart. Qin Yun is the king of gods. He knows quite a few gods. That mountain has 10 layers of barrier. Each layer is stronger than the last. You broke through 10 layers of barrier. You still have to open the entrance of the cave. There are also all kinds of barriers inside the cave. Do you really think you can smoothly enter? Qin Yun said with smile. At this time, Dark Royal Race and Sun Spirit Race's immortal emperors also flew over. More than a dozen powerful immortal emperors arrived. They brought with them a very terrifying pressure. Lu Shuyan is beside Qin Yun. She also released the berserk aura of a death god, blocking the pressure of more than a dozen powerful immortal emperors. The expression of Dark Royal Race and Sun Spirit Race's immortal emperors slightly changed. Their pupils shrunk. They looked at Lu Shuyan with slight astonishment, because they can all feel how powerful Lu Shuyan is. Outer Heaven Domain's immortal emperors also flew over. They all look like middle-aged men. There are more than a dozen of them. Dark Royal Race and Sun Spirit Races suddenly have nearly 30 powerful immortal emperors. However, Lu Shuyan is facing them. She is not afraid at all. She steadily held her saber and stood beside Qin Yun. Her killing intent, accompanied by a clear and cold wind, slowly rippled out. And those more than 20 immortal emperors also released their auras. They want to compete with Lu Shuyan. Many emperor auras collided in an instant. Lu Shuyan alone withstood the auras of more than 20 immortal emperors without falling into a disadvantageous position. This caused those immortal emperors to be even more astonished. The earth suddenly shook. The collision of auras produced extremely strong fluctuations. Outer Heaven Domain friend, that young man is Qin Yun. He has 2 sun souls, 2 inscription spirits. He has a large amount of good things in his hands. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor suddenly said. He said this to provoke the Outer Heaven Domain's immortal emperors to attack. None of those immortal emperors have any intention to attack, because they don't dare. They have many people. If they attack Lu Shuyan, the first to attack will most likely be killed by Lu Shuyan. Therefore, they're only competing with Lu Shuyan in terms of aura. That mountain was built by me. Qin Yun suddenly said, I believe everyone wants to enter that mountain as soon as possible, right? Outer Heaven Domain, Dark Royal Race, and Sun Spirit Race's immortal emperors all looked at Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor. The 2 great emperors nodded, admitting that it was built by Qin Yun. That guy is Immortal King Fu Yun. He was already killed by us, but I don't know how he came back to life. In short, he hid the heaven-leaping shuttle inside, and the thing we are looking for is inside the heaven-leaping shuttle. Devil Immortal Great Emperor said, "That bastard is very cunning. Don't believe his words." Qin Yun said with smile, "Do you really think that mountain can be easily broken? Even if you can go in, it won't be that easy to come out. Friend from Outer Heaven Domain, you should know very well how strong the barrier around that mountain is, right?" A middle-aged man from Outer Heaven Domain said coldly, "The barrier is indeed very strong. It has been so many years, and it is so sturdy, but we can break it. Since that mountain was built by you, you definitely want to go in and take away the things inside. Those things are also what we want. Therefore, it is impossible for you to enter that mountain." Another middle-aged man from Outer Heaven Domain said with sneer, "Those things are ours." Chapter 1768. Dragon Queen Shengyang Demon Immortal Great Emperor laughed. "Why? Just because we have more people. If you have the ability, why don't you kill us all? Can you do it? Xiao Yun, leave quickly. I'll fight them to the death. Since the dragon race is here, I will heavily injure them. They will be the ones to suffer." Lu Yushuyin said coldly. Her killing intent became stronger. Originally, Qin Yun and Lui Weshuyin planned to discuss things after everyone enters the mountain. But now, they simply did not have this kind of opportunity. The people from the Outer Heaven Domain are very powerful. The two great emperors are also very wary of Qin Yun, so they did not give Qin Yun a chance. "Leave it to us." The immortal emperor of the Sun Soul tribe snorted disdainfully. Roar! An unpleasant and hoarse dragon roar was heard, and the ground suddenly split open. Previously, Lui Weshuyin had obtained some memories from the Sun Spirit race's middle-aged man. He had mentioned that the Sun Spirit race had raised a very strong insect queen here. "Everyone, we mustn't hurt our muscles and bones. Our enemy is the Dragon Clan, not these two fellows. No matter who built that mountain, everything in it belongs to us. No one can take it away." The old man from the Sun Spirit tribe smiled proudly. The Shenyang Dragon Queen is a powerful beast of the Sun Spirit tribe. Even in the sacred wilderness, she is still very powerful. She is more than enough to take down those two fellows. After the earth split open, a huge golden head appeared. It looked like the head of a dragon or a bug. The pitch-black ground was torn apart, and an intense golden light shot into the sky from the cracks. The Holy Yang Dragon Queen roared a few times and rushed out from the ground. It was a golden dragon beast with a dragon head and a half-dragon, half-insect body. It flapped its wings like a moth, and its body shone with golden light. The Sun Spirit race is indeed worthy of being a strong race within the sun. They are indeed powerful. Devil Immortal Great Emperor laughed. "This time, those two fellows are finished. This fellow Qin Yun killed our prince and has two sun souls in his hands. We will definitely take him down." The middle-aged man from the Sun Spirit race said with a smile, "It's a good thing that the Sun Hunters aren't here. Otherwise, they would have snatched it from you." The immortal Desolate Great Emperor laughed. "These two fellows are really stupid. They actually want to use the same old method to deceive us." Devil Immortal Great Emperor laughed out loud. "Now they are done for, right? The Darkness Royal race also wants to kill Qin Yun, but they are no match for the Sun Soul race. If they were to fight amongst themselves now, the Dragon Clan, which had always been very quiet, might intervene. Devil Immortal Great Emperor and others are looking at Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyin with schadenfreude. They all believe that they won't be able to leave today. Lu Yushuyin pulled Qin Yun and flew in the sky. What surprised them was that the Divine Sun Dragon Empress was extremely fast. Even though her body was huge, she was extremely agile. "Sister Shuyin, you deal with that guy. No need to worry about me," Qin Yun said. Lui Weshuyin slashed her saber behind her. Her blood-colored killing intent accompanied the saber's wind. It was like a huge wave surging in the sky. The blood-colored saber image illuminated the sky, making it look demonic and terrifying. The gigantic Holy Sun Dragon Empress was enveloped by this killing aura and was also blocked for a while. It was difficult for her to fly forward, and her body seemed to be in great pain as she let out an unpleasant roar. I can deal with this thing, Lu Yushuyan said to Qin Yun. Xiao Yun, protect yourself. Qin Yun nodded and said, I have the floating cloud pagoda, don't worry. The floating cloud pagoda's defense is very strong. It was originally a very strong 9-sun heaven-raising pagoda. It is very difficult to destroy. Lu Yushuyan also relaxed a lot. She raised her saber and flew over. Hoo-hoo-hoo. In the night sky, saber wind whistled. Killing intent overflowed to the heavens. The heaven and earth of this mountain range were enveloped by the blood-colored saber light. Divine Sun Dragon Empress roared again and again. She attacked with all kinds of berserk energy. All of them are close to saint power. The immortal emperor power released by Lui West Shuyin is also very strong. It contains weak divine power. It is comparable to divine power. The powerful immortal dragon emperors of the dragon race are floating in the sky. They only have a dozen or so of them, but their overall strength is comparable to the darkness royal race. They are all watching the battle between Lui West Shuyin and Divine Sun Dragon Empress. That human girl is really strong. She can actually fight evenly with Divine Sun Dragon Empress. What is her background? An old man from the dragon race exclaimed in admiration. The saint power inside Divine Sun Dragon Empress is very strong. Even we have to fight 2 against 1 to completely suppress her. The middle-aged man from the dragon race said in a deep voice, that human girl can suppress Divine Sun Dragon Empress with her own strength. If she can really defeat Divine Sun Dragon Empress, it will also be beneficial to us. Red Sun Dragon Mother only knows that they are Qin Yun's friends. She knows that Qin Yun is nearby. She just saw Qin Yun and Lui Weshuyan together. Qin Yun is hiding below. The surrounding aura is violent and chaotic. It is difficult to sense him. Xiao Yun, this is not the way. Sister Shuyin's strength should be on par with Divine Sun Dragon Empress. If this continues, once she gets tired, what will we do if Devil Immortal Great Emperor and the other dogs rush over? Ling Yuner said. Yuner, you Shaoling help me cultivate the sun core. My sun-suppressing divine arrow can awaken some power. Do you think the sun-suppressing divine arrow can pierce through Divine Sun Dragon Emperor's head? Qin Yun took out the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon. It requires very powerful saint power to push the sun-suppressing divine arrow to pierce through Divine Sun Dragon Emperor scales. It might cause damage to your 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon. Ling Yuner said, It doesn't matter, just refine a new one. Anyway, I still have a lot of materials. Qin Yun obtained many divine-level dragon bones and all kinds of damaged divine weapons from Star God. If he has Lui West Shuyan's help, coupled with the powerful sacred flame released by Saint Oil, he can also melt those materials. And let's begin immediately. Let the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon surpass its limit. Even if it is damaged, it doesn't matter. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun took out the sun-suppressing divine arrow and placed it inside the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon. Qin Yun placed more than 1 billion sacred Xian silver crystals into a storage bottle inside the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon. He has several billion sacred Xian silver crystals, and the divine inscription mountain can continuously grow more, so he can use them as he wishes. The battle in the sky is extremely intense. It is also because the Sun Holy Land has a very sturdy space that the space is very stable. Qin Yun is very close to the place where the battle is happening. He is constantly being attacked by intense aftermath waves. Under his control, the 9 Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon is crazily devouring a great amount of sacred Xian silver crystals and accumulating formidable sacred power. Lui West Shuyin is very powerful, whether his dragon race or sun spirit race. They're all amazed by her strength. Who the hell is that woman? Dark Royal Race's immortal emperor said in cold voice. We also don't know. In short, she has been following Qin Yun for many years. She is a very powerful and very thorny woman. Devil Immortal Great Emperor shook his head and said, Her origin is very mysterious. How can a mortal desolate give birth to such a powerful human? Sun Spirit Race's immortal emperor also feels that this is inconceivable. He said in alarm, "Her immortal power contains a certain amount of divine power. Could it be that she is an ancient era immortal emperor?" People in the ancient era would collect enough sun god crystals. They would hide underground for many years to absorb them, to cultivate the god body and the god soul. All the immortal emperors here are very afraid of the strength of ancient era people. "Don't worry. When that woman is almost exhausted, we will attack," Devil Immortal Great Emperor said with evil smile. "No matter what, we will win. Qin Yun is not an immortal emperor. There is no need to fear him. He won't be able to escape." Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said. Qin Yun is hiding in a place with tyrannical aura. All the mountains in the vicinity have been flattened by the intense battle. Only the mountain with the heaven-leaping shuttle is still there, and it is very stable. The Nine Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon is absorbing a great amount of sacred Xian silver crystals power and accumulating more and more, causing the cannon to slightly tremble. In a short moment, more than 1 billion sacred Xian silver crystals energy has been absorbed by the Nine Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon. Sister Shuyan, give way a bit. I am preparing to shoot sun-suppressing divine arrow. Qin Yun released formidable mental power and sent voice transmission to Luyue Shuyan. After Luyue Shuyan heard this, she immediately dodged. Qin Yun also took this opportunity to shoot sun-suppressing divine arrow. Ho! The sun-suppressing divine arrow shot out and let out a scalp-numbing whistling sound. The most frightening thing is that when the sun-suppressing divine arrow flew out, all kinds of energy in the surroundings were suddenly devoured. This is Qin Yun's sun-suppressing divine arrow's 10,000 devour ability. The sun-suppressing divine arrow can unleash different special abilities in different people's hands. The energy of Qin Yun's sun-suppressing divine arrow is 10,000 devour. When Qin Yun uses it, it can devour all kinds of energy and then burst them out. Qin Yun absorbed a great amount of sacred power through the Nine Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon and pushed the sun-suppressing divine arrow forward, producing a very strong propulsion force. And when the sun-suppressing divine arrow flew out, it also quickly devoured the Berserk's sacred power, as well as the energy that burst out from the battle just now. Therefore, the sun-suppressing divine arrow became more and more powerful. The moment the sun-suppressing divine arrow burst out, the sacred power produced is very strong. Many formidable immortal emperors noticed Qin Yun's location. Qin Yun also immediately dodged. Roar! The sun-suppressing divine arrow shot out like a light beam and penetrated divine Sun Dragon Emperor's head. Moreover, the energy inside the sun-suppressing divine arrow burst out. Boom! After divine Sun Dragon Empress roared, more than half of her head exploded. She is indeed worthy of being called a powerful race beast. Half of her mountain-like head exploded, but she is still alive. She can still fly in the air. It's the sun-suppressing divine arrow. The old man from the sun spirit race involuntarily cried out in alarm. That guy Qin Yun, how can he use such a powerful sun-suppressing divine arrow? Luyue Shuyan suddenly chopped down with her saber, bringing with it a kind of world-destroying heavenly might. The saber energy fell like a red light. The heavily injured divine Sun Dragon Empress didn't even have time to revolve her sacred power to protect her body and was instantly chopped in half. Qin Yun received the sun-suppressing divine arrow. As for his Nine Heavens Dragon Lion Cannon, many cracks appeared on it and the runes were severely damaged. Dragon Empress, the old man from the sun spirit race, roared in anger. Luyue Shuyan returned to Qin Yun's side. Qin Yun grabbed Luyue Shuyan and used the mysterious penetration divine ability. He quickly drilled deep into the ground and rushed towards the mountain. Divine Sun Dragon Empress was cut in half by Luyue Shuyan's 9 Sun World Annihilation power. After she fell to the ground, all kinds of tyrannical sacred power surged violently. Chapter 1769. Calabash, the Holy Sun Dragon Empress, had been killed. The people of the Sun Soul tribe were so angry that they cursed out loud. Their resentment exploded out along with their roars. That was the Sun Spirit race's race beast in the Immortal Desolate. It was supposed to protect the Sun Spirit race, but now it had been killed. The Dark Royal race and Outer Heaven Domain's immortal emperors came over to comfort them, and then scolded Qin Yun and Lu Yu. Of course, they were a little happy in their hearts. Within the Sun Holy Land, the Holy Sun Dragon Empress was really strong. Absorbing the energy here, she could grow really quickly and give birth to large amounts of soul-poisoned saint bugs. These saint insects are very powerful royal saint insects. Not to mention immortal emperors. Even sacred desolate experts are very afraid of these royal saint insects. Now that the Holy Sun Dragon Empress was dead, the Sun Spirits would not be able to release a large number of sacred emperor bugs. The threat they posed to them was much smaller. The Dark Kings and the immortal emperors from the outer heavens gathered here because they had common interests. They knew very well what kind of people they were facing, so they were very wary of each other. Where did that bastard and that woman go? Hurry up and find them. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said, "We must capture them and skin them alive. This damned Qin Yun. Only by capturing him and obtaining his sun soul can we make up for our losses." The old man from the Sun Spirit race clenched his fists and growled in anger. By saying this, he was also telling the Dark Royal family and the other powers that Qin Yun's sun soul belonged to their Sun Spirit race. The Dark Royal family and the immortal emperors of the Outer Heaven Domain were somewhat dissatisfied because they also wanted to obtain the Sun Soul in Qin Yun's hands. However, due to the Sun Soul race's strength, they didn't dare to openly offend them. Friend from the Outer Heaven realm, I remember that you have a kind of tool that can search for nearby living beings. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said, "You used those things before to discover that the dragon race is nearby." An old man from the Outer Heaven realm immediately took out a disc with many light spots on it. He frowned and said, "I didn't find anything wrong with it." "Really?" The Sun Soul Elder came over to look at the specks of light on the disc and asked, "What do these specks of light represent?" "This area is ours, and the light that over here is the dragon race's dragon." The old man from the Outer Realm said, "What about these two spots?" The Sun Soul middle-aged man pointed at the two spots of light. Those two spots of light were relatively weak, and they were right next to the mountain. Everyone immediately looked at the mountain. Because a fierce battle had broken out here before, the nearby mountains were flattened by the aftermath of the battle, leaving only one mountain. The Heaven-Leaping Shuttle was hidden in that mountain. There were many powerful barriers protecting that mountain, which had resisted the shock waves just now. That was why the mountain had not been destroyed. No one is near that mountain. The old man from the Outer Heaven Domain frowned. Could it be? Are they underground? The Devil Immortal Great Emperor shouted in shock. Those two guys must be hiding deep underground. Let's hurry over. The Immortal Desolate Great Emperor shouted. The 30 immortal emperors immediately rushed towards the mountain. They were originally very close to the mountain, so in a few blinks of an eye, they arrived at the side. The old man from the Outer Heaven Domain looked at the disc in his hand and cursed in low voice. They passed through the barrier. How did they do it? This mountain was created by that bastard Floating Cloud. Of course, he has a way to enter. The Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said coldly, "We have to hurry up and enter." The disc in the old man's hand flickered with two light dots. They are not far in front of them. This means that Qin Yun and Lu Yu are underground in front of them, and their movement speed is relatively slow. Qin Yun and Lu Yu are indeed underground. At this moment, they are blocked by a barrier. There are a total of 10 barriers. The first layer has already been broken. We have already passed through 4 layers. There are only 5 layers left. Qin Yun took out the God King Heavenly Seal and pressed it against the invisible barrier. Qin Yun held the small and exquisite God King Heavenly Seal in his hand. He released Blood Soul power to activate the God King Heavenly Seal to release power. The surface of the God King Heavenly Seal is flat, But after absorbing Qin Yun's blood soul power, some complicated runes appeared. Qin Yun vigorously pressed the God King Heavenly Seal against the transparent barrier. As the God King Heavenly Seal unceasingly absorbed blood soul power, a crack appeared on the barrier. After the crack appeared, Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan immediately rushed over. Not long after they passed through the crack gradually closed up. This heavenly seal is indeed a very important thing. Lu Yushuyan sighed and said, "Without this thing, we wouldn't even know how to enter that mountain. We have to go in as soon as possible." Qin Yun said, "Each barrier is more than 10 meters apart." They dug up some soil and moved forward to the next barrier. Qin Yun took a deep breath and pressed the God King Heavenly Seal against the barrier. Only after a short period of time could a crack be torn open. The God King Heavenly Seal absorbed a lot of blood soul power. If Qin Yun did not have the powerful nether moon, he would have to rest after passing through a barrier. Fortunately, Lu Yushuyan can provide Qin Yun with a large amount of mental power for his nether moon to absorb. Therefore, he is still very spirited after passing through several barriers. Above, outer heaven domains and mortal emperors are also busily undoing the barrier. Sun Spirit Race, Dark Royal Race, and Devil Immortal Great Emperor can't help at all. These barriers are too complicated for them. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor suddenly said, "Dragon Race people are coming." Dragon Race only has a dozen or so immortal emperors, but their strength is very formidable. Red Sun Dragon Mother is also with them. "Dragon Race, what are you doing? If we start fighting now, it won't be good for either side." Devil Immortal Great Emperor shouted. "Red Sun Dragon Mother, you should know that bastard floating cloud, right? He brought a woman and is preparing to enter that mountain." Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said, "Your Dragon Race's goal is the same as ours. Don't tell me you want to see those things being taken away by others." Red Sun Dragon Mother is secretly apprehensive. She doesn't know that Qin Yun has entered that mountain. She said in cold voice, "He really entered?" An immortal emperor from Outer Heaven Domain said, "They're about to pass through 3 more barriers and then they will reach the mountain's gate. It won't be long before they appear in front of the gate. Dragon Race, how about we join hands to capture that bastard floating cloud?" Immortal Desolate Great Emperor said, "I heard that Qin Yun caused great damage to your Dragon Race. Your 9-dragon heavenly origin formation that you're so proud of was destroyed by Qin Yun, right?" Dragon Race Immortal Emperors all looked at Red Sun Dragon Mother when they heard this. "Red Sun Dragon Mother, is this true? My Dragon Race's 9-dragon heavenly origin formation was really destroyed by that bastard floating cloud?" A middle-aged man asked. He is from Immortal Desolate Dragon Race. Outer Heaven Domain's Dragon Race Immortal Emperor said with frown, "Wasn't your Immortal Desolate Dragon Race's 9-dragon heavenly origin formation damaged naturally? How could it be destroyed by a human?" "He didn't destroy it." Red Sun Dragon Mother let out a long sigh and said, "It's a long story. In short, little floating cloud is not our enemy. Don't listen to these guys." Dark Royal Race's Immortal Emperor said with sneer, "No matter what, floating cloud entered that mountain and obtained the things inside. And our common goal is the things inside. So that bastard should be our common enemy." Red Sun Dragon Mother said to her companions, "If you want to deal with little floating cloud, I can only withdraw. The things inside that mountain are not necessarily that important to us." Dragon Race's elders all agree with Red Sun Dragon Mother's opinion. They secretly discussed and decided to wait and see. They are several tens of meters away from the mountain because there is a barrier separating them. They are unable to approach the mountain's entrance. At this time, 2 people appeared in front of a cave's entrance. They are Qin Yun and the masked Lu Yushuyan. "You 2 bastards!" Sun Spirit Race's elder immediately roared in anger. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, "You bunch of idiots! I kindly said I wanted to cooperate with you, but you attacked us. Now you don't have a chance, right?" Lu Yushuyan said with charming smile. "Moreover, they even lost a big stinky bug's life. I will fuck you to death." Sun Spirit Race's elder furiously roared and attacked the barrier with dozens of palm strikes. His palm power is very formidable, but when it landed on the barrier, it was instantly absorbed. Qin Yun held the divine king heavenly seal and quickly walked towards the door. The cave's entrance has a groove. It is just big enough to put a square seal inside. Qin Yun placed the divine king heavenly seal inside the groove and then rotated the floating cloud heavenly seal. Ka. After it rotated, the stone door slowly moved to two sides and automatically opened. Ha. We'll be leaving first. Qin Yun very cockily laughed at Devil Immortal Great Emperor and others. Outer Heaven Domain people, didn't you say you could break the barrier? Are you as fast as us? Lu Yushuyan also ridiculed. Sun Spirit Race's people are so angry that they want to beat someone up. They wish they could grab Qin Yun and tear him to shreds. But in front of them, there are still 9 layers of barrier that have not been broken. Therefore, they can only look on helplessly as the smug Qin Yun swaggered into the stone door. Scarlet Sun Dragon Mother saw Qin Yun enter and secretly rejoiced in her heart. She naturally knows that the thing inside the mountain is related to Qin Yun's past life. Otherwise, he would not have been able to enter so easily. After Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan entered the cave's entrance automatically closed. After they entered, they felt that it is very dazzling. It is dark outside, but inside it is a vast expanse of whiteness. Moreover, the space inside is very large. Inside the mountain, there is actually a large independent space. Qin Yun also saw the heaven-leaping shuttle. It is a huge gourd that looks like white jade. It is several hundred meters long and is floating inside the vast expanse of whiteness. Is this the heaven-leaping shuttle? Why does it look exactly like a gourd? Qin Yun said with a smile. It is different from what I imagined. Not cool at all. The heaven-leaping shuttle is just like this. Let's go inside and take a look. This thing could be big or small. They flew towards the mouth of the gourd. There's also a door there. Chapter 1770. Chapter 1770. Divine Universe Golden Stone Qin Yun flew to the entrance of a large gourd. It is a large round door. I really didn't expect the heaven-leaping shuttle to be like this. Qin Yun took out the divine king heavenly seal, shook his head, and said with a smile, "Don't look at it like this. The heaven-leaping shuttle is very strong. I heard that even the space god is not willing to give it to you." Lu Yushuyan chuckled. "Xiao Yun, back when I was in the Divine Desolate, I heard that this is the most precious treasure of the god of space. I don't know what methods you used to make him give it to you." Qin Yun floated up and placed the divine king heavenly seal's surface into a square groove. He said, "I thought that this was refined by the space god later on. I didn't expect it to be such a precious thing." After the floating cloud heavenly seal rotated, it also started moving. The door looks like a door, but the way it opens is very special. The circular gate slowly rippled, releasing a wave of spatial power. "We can go in," Lu Yushuyan said. "The door doesn't look like it is open, but it can go through." That door is a spatial formation. As expected of a spatial-type divine tool, the way to go in is to go through space. Qin Yun said with a smile. He and Lu Yushuyan very easily went through the spatial passage formed by the door. After entering, the ripple-like door immediately returned to its original state and became very solid. "This seems to be a warehouse." Lu Yushuyan looked all around and said with a frown, "Such a big warehouse. I wonder what it is used to store." Qin Yun said, "The inside of this heaven-leaping shuttle is like a ship. Indeed, I heard that this is something used to shuttle between heaven domain. It can reach very quickly." Lu Yushuyan said, "That's why it is named Heaven-Leaping Shuttle. So it is used to jump between heaven domain." Qin Yun now knows the meaning of the name Heaven-Leaping Shuttle. This is also the first time I have such close contact with it. Lu Yushuyan looked around the warehouse, but did not find any entrance. The inside of the Heaven-Leaping Shuttle is the inside of a ship. There should be other rooms. "Sister Shuyan, back when you were Slaughter God, did you go to other heaven domain?" Qin Yun asked. "I did. The journey is long." Lu Yushuyan let out a long sigh and said, "At that time, I went to a very small heaven domain and flew in the endless starry sky for an entire year. Qin Yun exclaimed, "A year?" Lu Yushuyan smiled and said, "That's right. Although a year's time was nothing to us, it was very boring on the road. But I heard that if you have the sky leaping shuttle, you can shorten the time to a few days. This heaven leaping shuttle is truly amazing." Qin Yun arrived at the wall of the warehouse and touched it, trying to find the door to the main room. The heaven region I went to last time was the closest one to the Nanyang heaven region, and it took me a year. A few years, or even decades, is very normal. Lu Yushuyan said, "If your luck is bad and you encounter danger on the road, you might even die." She was also touching the wall, looking for a mechanism. The warehouse was huge, but there was nothing inside. When they spoke, there were echoes. "This warehouse can store a mountain," Qin Yun said with a smile. "It's not impossible to store the divine inscription mountain inside." Xiao Yun, if only you had the memories of your past life. This warehouse has no passage to other places. Lu Yushuyan sighed and said. Qin Yun looked at the divine king heavenly seal in his hand and said, "Sister Shuyan, when we came in earlier, there was no normal door or path. Since this large gourd is a space-type divine tier magic tool, maybe there is no door inside." "That's right. It should be a teleportation method." Lu Yushuyan nodded and said, "Your floating cloud pagoda used teleportation method to go up." Qin Yun took out the divine king heavenly seal and imprinted it on the wall, but there was no reaction. He tried a few walls, but there was no movement at all. "Xiao Yun, this heaven-leaping shuttle might be damaged." Lu Yushuyan said, "Such a big thing has been placed here for so long. Moreover, it needs to maintain the barrier outside. Maybe it is supplying energy to the barrier outside, so the energy inside the heaven-leaping shuttle is very weak. The warehouse they are in is also very bright. There is a white light at the top, but there is no energy fluctuation." Qin Yun took out the energy source he got from Xieyang. Xieyang is also a kind of thing that can travel through space, so the energy source inside it can maintain the energy required by the spatial divine tool. Xieyang's energy source turned into two white light balls, drilled into the wall, and disappeared in an instant. "There is movement," Lu Yushuyan said with a smile. "The heaven-leaping shuttle is now trembling." After trembling for a while, it calmed down. Suddenly, a white light ball appeared and shone on Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun sensed a large amount of information rushing into his mind. "Xiao Yun, how are you?" Lu Yushuyan asked worriedly. "I'm fine. I am currently receiving the information from this heaven-leaping shuttle." Qin Yun said, "This will allow me to quickly understand how to use the heaven-leaping shuttle." Very soon, he finished receiving the information. "So that's how it is. This heaven-leaping shuttle is really awesome." Qin Yun sighed and said, "What a pity the heaven-leaping shuttle is damaged." "Is the damage serious?" Lu Yushuyan asked. "It can still be used." Qin Yun pulled Lu Yushuyan and said, "Come, let's go to a place. The thing those guys are looking for should be in that place." Lu Yushuyan nodded and tightly held Qin Yun's hand. Qin Yun yelled, "Teleport to 8th secret room." Just as his voice faded, he and Lu Yushuyan's eyes flashed, and they arrived at a magnificent and spacious secret room. This secret room is very large and luxurious. There is a large bed and a bath. This is a secret room used for long-term seclusion. On one of the tables, there was a box. 8th secret room? Are there many of these secret rooms here? Lu Yushuyan asked. Not many. There are more than 10 of them. There are many rooms. In short, this heaven-leaping shuttle can bring many people to travel between heaven domain, Qin Yun said. While speaking, Qin Yun arrived beside the table, looked at the box, and said, "This should be the thing they are looking for." There's a piece of paper under the box. Qin Yun picked it up and said, "A letter left behind by my past life." Lu Yushuyan immediately came over to take a look. There are divine universe golden stones inside the box. They are very strong. If you don't have the right conditions, don't use them carelessly. The fact that you can come here means that you might be heading to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. The situation inside the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range is very complicated. without sufficient strength. Going in would only be courting death. I suggest that you think of a way to absorb the energy inside the Divine Universe Golden Stone and cultivate your divine body before returning to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. After Lu Yushuyin finished reading the words, she shouted in shock. It's actually Divine Universe Golden Stone. No wonder. What is Divine Universe Golden Stone? Qin Yin wanted to open the box, but Lu Yushuyin stopped his hand. Xiao Yun, don't open that box yet, Lu Yushuyin said anxiously. Divine Universe Golden Stone is a stone formed from a very powerful energy. Qin Yun said with a frown. Outer Heaven Domain, Sun Spirit Race, Dark Royal Race, and Dragon Race came here to look for Divine Universe Golden Stone? It should be, Lu Yushuyin said solemnly. The conditions for the birth of Divine Universe Golden Stone are very harsh. They are very rare. What do you mean? Qin Yun asked. In the divine level heavenly domain, within the powerful divine level heavenly body, is only a little bit bigger than a grain of rice. For example, the sun. But just this point is enough for many people to fight over it. Lu Yushuyin said, the Divine Universe Golden Stone inside the box is definitely not small, otherwise they wouldn't be able to detect it. Qin Yin looked at the box and said in shock, if we open it, what will happen? Lu Yushuyin said, if we open it, the Divine Universe Golden Stone inside is big enough, then the several thousand heavenly domains in the vicinity can sense it. Even the heavenly domains in the divine level space can sense it. Why is it like this? Qin Yun said in shock. The energy inside the Divine Universe Golden Stone is very special and very powerful. Once the energy fluctuates, it can be transmitted very far away in an instant. Lu Yushuyin said, for example, inside the sun, there's a very small Divine Universe Golden Stone. Moreover, the fluctuation is different. Therefore, in the vast starry sky, one can sense the existence of the heavenly domain based on the fluctuation of the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Qin Yun understood that the Divine Universe Golden Stone inside the box is not small. Now that it is sealed by layers upon layers of seals, even if there is an energy fluctuation, it won't be able to transmit too far. Only the people of the nearby heavenly domains can sense it. Even so, Qin Yun is very astonished, because those heavenly domains are very far away from the 9 Yang heavenly domains, immortal desolate. They're all immortal emperors. Their flying speed is definitely not fast. Even if they use tools, it would take at least 8 to 10 years to reach the immortal desolate. What's the use of the Divine Universe Golden Stone? Powerful body? Qin Yun asked again. Yes, this kind of thing is very rare and very difficult to obtain. You must destroy a huge celestial body like the sun to obtain it, Lu Yushuyin said. And to destroy a sun is very difficult. Even if you destroy it, you might not be able to obtain the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Qin Yun said in shock. If the sun falls, wouldn't it be possible to pick up the Divine Universe Golden Stone? Lu Yushuyin shook her head. When you were the God King, you told me that the Divine Universe Golden Stone inside the sun is only the size of a grain of rice. If it falls into the 9 desolate, it will scatter everywhere and quickly travel through space. How can it be so easy to obtain? That's right, it can't even be obtained in the Divine Desolate and Immortal Desolate, let alone the other low-level Great Desolate. The life forms there are even weaker. After the sun falls, all the life forms in those low-level Great Desolate are completely annihilated. It is impossible to obtain the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Qin Yun nodded. After the sun falls into the Great Desolate, the Divine Universe Golden Stone is the key to rebirth the sun. It is very difficult to obtain. Lu Yushuyin looked at the box and said, I wonder how you got one in your previous life. Qin Yun is very impressed with his previous life. He was actually able to obtain this kind of thing. I wonder how big it is. Qin Yun is very curious. It would be good if I could open it and take a look. Chapter 1771. Moonflight. Qin Yun looked at the black box and said, Let me see how heavy this box is. As he spoke, he hugged the box with both hands, but he was actually unable to lift it. It's very, very heavy. Qin Yun was shocked. I can't even lift it with my strength. Soon after, Lu Shuyan also gave it a try. Her body erupted with a very strong, immortal emperor power, and only then did she barely manage to lift the box a little. Because it was too heavy, she had to put it down immediately. I heard that the sun god crystal is also very heavy. The size of a rice grain weighs several 100 million genes. Qin Yun exclaimed, "This divine universe golden stone should be the same thing as the sun god crystal, right?" Lu Yushuyan said, "The sun god crystal is a crystal inside the sun. It is indeed rare, but we can still find some. Let me put it this way. There are many layers inside the sun. The outermost layer can explode with sun god stones, while the inner layer is filled with godly metal and other divine level metals. The layer near the center is the sun god crystal. The most central point is the divine universe golden stone." Lu Shuyan said, "That is also a very, very heavy thing inside the sun. If even Qin Yun could not move it, it was obvious how heavy it was. This heaven-leaping shuttle was most likely damaged by the divine universe goldstone." Lu Shuyan exclaimed in surprise once again, "How did you get a divine universe golden rock in your previous life? As long as the sun doesn't fall, this kind of thing simply cannot appear in the immortal desolate, not even in the sacred desolate." Qin Yun scratched his head and said, "Can this thing really make the body stronger?" Lu Shuyan nodded. "Really? It's also because the energy is too strong for my immortal and saint physique to bear. Before, Peng Hantao said that those guys from the ancient era needed a very long time to absorb the sun god crystal's energy. Then wouldn't this divine universe golden stone take even longer?" Qin Yun sighed. "No wonder I didn't use it in my previous life, because I didn't know how to use it." "Don't talk about your past life. Even in your divine king life, you didn't know how to use it." Lu Shuyan shook her head and said, "Isn't that useless? It's obviously a very good thing, but I can't use it." Qin Yun is somewhat driven mad. "Maybe Ruru knows how to use it." Lu Shuyan said with a frown, "Xiao Ro is the moon god. She has more memories of the divine wasteland than me. Furthermore, she often studies this kind of strange thing." "Sister Shuyan, when you were in the divine wilderness, did you always fight and kill?" asked Qin Yun with a smile. "And if it's not fighting and killing, it's secluded cultivation or training hard in battle." Lu Shuyan sighed. "That's why I don't understand a lot of things." Qin Yun said, "Sister Shuyan, we will directly ride the heaven-leaping shuttle to Guanghan Palace." "Sure, let's go find Xiaoro." Lu Shuyan laughed. "I wanted to go to the Guanghan Palace for a long time." Qin Yun said with a smile. "To the moon. You just want to go up and see the beauties." Lu Shuyan said with a charming smile. Qin Yun chuckled and shouted, "Teleport to the main control room." He pulled Lu Yu and Shu Yin, and was immediately teleported to a very spacious hall. And from here, he could see the vast expanse of whiteness outside. "This large gourd is truly a good thing," Qin Yun said with a smile. "How do we get out?" Lu Shuyan asked. "I can control it. Let's make it smaller first." Qin Yun said. "Make it smaller." He shouted. The originally several 100-meter long heaven-leaping shuttle has now become a few-meter-long gourd. However, the space inside the shuttle has not shrunk at all. Qin Yun specially went outside to take a look. The heaven-leaping shuttle has become a lot smaller, but the space inside is still very big. Spatial Divine Tool is really good. Qin Yun returned inside the heaven-leaping shuttle and said with a smile, "Maybe Divine Mountain will also be able to do this in the future." Lu Shuyan heard Qin Yun mention Divine Mountain and said with a smile, "This heaven-leaping shuttle might be like Divine Mountain. It grew up. Later on, the space god obtained it and improved it. It's really possible." Qin Yun chuckled and said, Let's go. Will we encounter those guys? Can't we teleport a bit further?" Lu Shuyan asked. "There are barriers outside. We must first go through those barriers to run further," Qin Yun said. "And the heaven-leaping shuttle should not be afraid of being attacked. Lu Yushuyan said with smile. Let's begin. Qin Yun activated the heaven-leaping shuttle. In the blink of an eye, they arrived outside from inside the mountain. It was originally late at night outside. Even though there are many stars, it is still very dark. However, Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan are inside the main control room of the heaven-leaping shuttle. They can see that it is very bright outside. From the main control room, they can see the things above and in front of the heaven-leaping shuttle. Is the scene outside projected by spatial power? In the middle of the night, there is actually a very bright thing illuminating the earth. Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan raised their heads and saw a huge bright moon. The moon that had disappeared before suddenly appeared, and it had become extremely huge. During the night of full moon, the moon is already very big, but now it is more than 10 times bigger than usual. The bright moon flickered with silver light, illuminating the earth. Boom, boom, boom. While Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan are looking at the moon in astonishment, the heaven-leaping shuttle has been attacked. It is those people outside who are frantically attacking the heaven-leaping shuttle. It's the heaven-leaping shuttle. That bastard floating cloud obtained the heaven-leaping shuttle. He obtained the thing inside. Devil Immortal Great Emperor ferociously roared. Quickly get rid of them. Don't let them escape. The heaven-leaping shuttle is being attacked. It is constantly shaking. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor also hastily shouted. Quickly seal the space. The heaven-leaping shuttle has very strong space-piercing power. Dark Royal Race, Outer Heaven Domain, Sun Spirit Race, and more than 20 immortal emperors immediately released their strongest power and frantically attacked the heaven-leaping shuttle. Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle to fly at high speed. He did not break through the space because the immortal emperor's attacks are too strong, causing the space to shake. It is not a good time to travel through space. The heaven-leaping shuttle can not only travel through space, its flying speed is also not slow. After becoming small, the heaven-leaping shuttle is very agile. Its speed is very fast. In the blink of an eye, it left the mountain and flew towards the thunder fog heavenly forest. Devil Immortal Great Emperor and Immortal Desolate Great Emperor crazily chased after it. Dragon Race is still in the vicinity of the mountain. They looked at the distant heaven-leaping shuttle and exclaimed in admiration. Is that thing really a divine universe golden stone? An old man let out a long sigh. It should be. The other heaven domain's immortal emperors chased us all the way here. This is the only possibility. A middle-aged man said, Divine universe, golden stone. How could it appear in the immortal desolate? Red Sun Dragon Mother said, If it's ours, then it's ours. If it's not ours, no matter what, we won't get it. That old man said, AI, there's only one 9-dragon heavenly origin formation left. It is in the divine desolate. If we can get a divine universe golden stone here, we can change the predicament of not having the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Not necessarily. With our strength, can we really protect the divine universe golden stone? Another old man shook his head and said, We have the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Wandering in the outer heaven domain can attract many powerful factions to fight over it, let alone something like divine universe golden stone. Indeed, Divine Universe Golden Stone is also known as Calamity Stone. Legend has it that many factions who obtained Divine Universe Golden Stone were eventually exterminated by many other powerful factions. I wonder if that brat Fuyun can defend it. This guy died once. It is very likely that he died in his past life. Because of this, Red Sun Dragon Mother is somewhat worried. Don't worry, he is dead for sure. I have to say, this guy is quite formidable. In both his past and present lives, he is actually able to defend this Calamity Stone to the death. An old man said with smile, This kind of guy, it's better if we don't offend him, lest we invite disaster upon ourselves. Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle and flew towards the thunder fog heavenly forest. Although its speed is very fast, the immortal emperors chasing after him are very powerful. Those immortal emperors are chasing with all their might. It is impossible for them to not be fast. A few immortal emperors are still frantically attacking the heaven-leaping shuttle. Those guys are truly crazy. Lu Yushuyan groaned. They are bullying me with numbers. If it was one-on-one, they would not be my match. Qin Yun said, as long as we reach the thunder fog heavenly forest, we won't have to worry. Lu Yushuyan said, Xiao Yun, the moon suddenly became so big. What exactly is going on? You also don't know? Qin Yun said, I was just about to ask you. Lu Yushuyan shook her head and said, I really don't know. I also don't know if it is a bad thing or not. I heard that the Guanghan Palace was destroyed once. Countless casualties. I am worried. Don't worry. This time the Guanghan Palace is very strong. Qin Yun looked at the huge bright moon in the sky and said, those guys from the outer heaven domain, do they have some kind of method to sense the divine universe golden stone? That's for sure. As long as the divine universe golden stone is in your hands, they will know where you are. Lu Yushuyan said, because the fluctuation released by the divine universe golden stone can penetrate all kinds of space, it is very difficult to hide. Qin Yun said, even if I put in the 9-sun divine spirit, it will still be sensed? Lu Yushuyan said, I don't know about that. You can give it a try. If Qin Yun carries the divine universe golden stone with him, then no matter where he goes, he will be targeted by those immortal emperors from the outer heaven domain. This is indeed very inconvenient, and even if he hides it, he will be discovered sooner or later. Strange, the divine universe golden stone has been in that mountain for so long. Why are those guys from the outer heaven domain only now coming? Qin Yun said doubtfully. The fluctuation released by the divine universe golden stone penetrates through space. It is not easy to determine its location. If nothing unexpected happens, all the heavenly domains will immediately rush over after confirming that the 9-sun heavenly domain has the divine universe golden stone. Some might already be on the way. Lu Yushuyan said somewhat worriedly. Qin Yun looked at the moon in the sky and said, if I go to the moon, will I lead those guys to the moon? He suddenly doesn't want to go. Don't worry. You're only temporarily going to find Xiaoro. After you find her, just leave as soon as possible. Lu Yushuyan said, the heaven-leaping shuttle speed is indeed very fast. Not long after, it entered the thunder fog heavenly forest. The thunder fog heavenly forest sensed the formidable power released by the heaven-leaping shuttle and immediately condensed violent thunder. Not good. The heavenly thunder is about to descend. Lu Yushuyan looked at the white mist in the sky and shouted in alarm. The immortal emperors behind also didn't continue chasing. They are also afraid of the heavenly thunder. Go! Qin Yun shouted, and the heaven-leaping shuttle immediately pierced through space. Chapter 1772. Graveyard. Chapter 1772. Qin Yun looked at the huge moon in front of him and exclaimed in admiration, the moon is so beautiful. It became even more beautiful after becoming bigger. I don't know why it suddenly became bigger. Xiaoro is moon god. Maybe she did it. Lu Yushuyan said with smile. Xiao Yun, quickly go to the moon. They're now very far away from the thunder, mist heavenly forest. Those immortal emperors are beating their chests and stamping their feet in anger. Especially those Sun Spirit race immortal emperors. They are the most furious. After Sun Spirit race's sacred Sun Dragon was killed, they thought that they would be able to defend the mountain and capture Qin Yun to make up for their losses by seizing his Sun Spirit. But now, they haven't even gotten a single strand of Qin Yun's hair. Let's go. Qin Yun is sitting on a large chair in the middle of the control room. Lu Yushuyan is also sitting together with him and leaning on him. Qin Yun hugged Lu Yushuyan's jade waist and controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle to fly towards the moon. Not long after, the heaven-leaping shuttle touched something, causing it to be unable to move forward. I can't go in, Qin Yun said with frown. There's a very strong barrier. The moon suddenly became bigger. Maybe it's just that there's a barrier outside. That barrier is like the real moon. It's wrapping around the real moon. Qin Yun said in shock. This barrier is very strong. Why did it suddenly appear? Lu Yushuyan shook her head. I can only wait until I see Xiao Ro to understand what is going on, Qin Yun said. Then I will use the heaven-leaping shuttle to see if I can pass through. Be careful, don't destroy the moon barrier. Lu Yushuyan nodded. Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle to pass through the barrier. The heaven-leaping shuttle released very strong spatial power. The entire shuttle suddenly distorted and fluctuated, but the inside is very calm. So, the heaven-leaping shuttle flew out, but it was blocked by a very strong power, causing it to be unable to pass through the space. Not good. That barrier is very strong, Qin Yun said in amazement. Even the heaven-leaping shuttle can't pass through it. I will try. Contact Xiao Ro and ask, Lu Yushuyan said. She took out a watermelon-sized pearl. The pearl released a faint silver light. It is actually a very small and beautiful moon. Isn't this the moon? What a small one, Qin Yun said. This is the moon god altar. Lu Yushuyan smiled and said, Xiao Ro gave it to me. I can only use it once in a while. The small moon altar floated up, and the silver light on it flickered. Not long after, Siekaru's sweet and tender voice could be heard. Shuyan, is there something important? Did you and Little Cloud find the heaven-leaping shuttle? Found it. We're in the sky-leaping shuttle, and we're on our way to the Moon Palace. But now, it is blocked by a very strong barrier, Lu Shuyan said. From the way Siekaru addressed Lu Yu, Qin Yun knew that Siekaru had acknowledged her new identity as Killing God. Wait a minute. I need some time to create an entrance, Siekaru said with smile. The moon has become bigger because there is a large barrier outside. This way, the moon will be even safer. Sister Kiru, we won't go in. We will wait for you outside, Qin Yun said. The current situation is rather dangerous. You better not open the barrier. The enlarged moon would definitely attract the attention of many factions. All right, I will go out now, Siekaru said. She can sense Lu Yushuyan's location through the small moon altar. Qin Yun looked at the large moon from a close distance. He did not expect that what they saw was only an illusion of a large barrier. The real moon is still inside. Siekaru is moon god and knows many things. She must have been modifying the moon for many years, making the moon's defense stronger. Now that the moon has changed like this, it is most likely her doing. Not long after, Siekaru came out. She can easily pass through the barrier, so she is alone. Qin Yun immediately controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle to release spatial power to envelop her and teleported her to the main control room. Sister Kiru, give me a pinch, Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Siekaru, who has turned into a little girl, is indeed very cute. As soon as he saw her, he had the urge to touch her cute little face. Even Lu Yushuyan tenderly smiled and pinched Siekaru's face a few times. Siekaru said with an annoyed smile, Pinch me a bit more. Wait until I grow bigger. You won't be able to pinch me. After a long while, Qin Yun and Lu Yushuyan stopped touching her little face. Siekaru looked at the main control room and said with light sigh, This place is still the same. There is no change. Xiao Ro, it is not easy for us to find the heaven-leaping shuttle. Lu Yushuyan told Siekaru about the immortal emperors from the outer heaven domain. Qin Yun said with smile, Sister Kiru, do you know what those guys are looking for? Siekaru is not surprised at all. Her small face is filled with solemnity. She slightly nodded. They are looking for Divine Universe Golden Stone. I really didn't expect that in your previous life. Xiao Yun, you did not abandon this Calamity Stone. Moreover, you even placed it inside the heaven-leaping shuttle. Sister Kiru, you know about Divine Universe Golden Stone? Qin Yun said in astonishment. Of course I know. You obtained this thing in Divine Desolate. In short, you are very persistent about that Divine Universe Golden Stone. Lu Yushuyan said. Sure enough, it is not something from Immortal Desolate. But why did it appear in Immortal Desolate? Lu Yushuyan said. Little Cloud has a good relationship with the space god. Back then, he used the space god to send the divine universe golden stone into the immortal desolate. I thought he had completely abandoned it, but now it seems that he is only temporarily hiding it in the immortal desolate. Later on, he reincarnated into immortal desolate, and because of that divine universe golden stone, many things happened. Kiru sighed and said, Sister Kiru, do I really have to give up on that divine universe golden stone? Yin said with some hesitation. Because he knows that divine universe golden stone is very hard to come by. He doesn't want to give it up just like this. Kiru shook her head and said with smile, That is a calamity stone. It is not bad, but since you're so persistent, you should keep it. Maybe it can really make you stronger. Yin took out a piece of paper. It is a letter from his previous life. He handed it over to Kiru to read. After Kiru finished reading, she said with frown, Your previous life told you to think of a way to absorb the divine universe golden stone's energy? This is very difficult. Even in your previous life, you could not do it. Then forget it. Sister Kiru, I have already found the heaven leaping shuttle, and the floating cloud heavenly seal has become a very strong divine king heavenly seal. Can we go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range now? Yin said with smile. He is very impatient. All right, wait until I break through another realm. Then we will immediately set off. Kiru said. Yuelon will definitely go. Could she go? Yin asked. Let her go. However, try to bring as few people as possible because I also don't know what the situation inside is like. Kiru said. Xiaoro, I also want to go. Lu Shuyin caressed Kiru's face and said coquettishly, You can't leave me behind. All right. At that time, you and Yuelon, me, and Xiao Yun will go, Kiru said. Originally, I also wanted to bring more people, but the situation inside is very complicated, so I decided to forget about it. Yin said, Maybe Yueme will also go. Kiru said with smile. Xiao Yun, then you must think of a way to make Yueme stay in the immortal desolate. That place is very dangerous. It is not a joke. All right, Yin said with smile. Lu Shuyin said, Xiaoro, what about the divine universe golden stone? How do we deal with it? Do you want to open it and take a look? Kiru shook her head and said, It's best not to open it. First take me to see where it is placed. Yun immediately teleported to the 8th secret room. When Kiru arrived here, she also saw the black box. It is square. She wanted to move the box, but was unable to succeed. The divine universe golden stone is inside. Kiru said, This calamity stone is very mysterious. I only know that this calamity stone is different from other calamity stones. Sister Kiru, can I put this box inside the 9-Sun Divine Spirit? If I put it inside, will it be sensed by others? Yun asked. The 9-Sun Divine Spirit can't block the spatial fluctuation released by the Divine Universe Golden Stone. If you put the Divine Universe Golden Stone inside, you will only be able to carry it with you. Kiru said, Then I will carry it with me. I want to see what kind of bastard will try to snatch it. Yun said, Shuyin, you should also follow me to the Guanghan Palace. You should take advantage of this time to properly cultivate and make yourself a bit stronger. The moon can now absorb a lot of divine desolate's divine power. Maybe it will be useful for you. Kiru said. Lu Shuyin looked at Yun and said with some reluctance, I want to follow Xiao Yun. Do as you wish. Kiru said with light smile. Sister Shuyin, you should go to the Guanghan Palace to cultivate. We will go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. At that time, you will be the main force of the battle. Becoming a bit stronger is a bit better. Yun said. Then I'll listen to you. Lu Shuyin nodded and said with smile. Divine Desolate's death goddess, is actually so gentle, is truly rare. Kiru said with mischievous smile. Sister Shuyin, why are you so good to Xiao Yun? You used to hate him to death. Xiaoro, don't talk about the past. Lu Shuyin said angrily, and then rubbed Kiru's cute little face. Sister Kiru, will you bring Yun with you? Yun asked. I won't. This is also just in case. Kiru said. Xiao Yun, are you really not going to the Guanghan Palace? I'm not going. They're also cultivating anyway. I have something to do in the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Qin said. He wants to find his father and ask him some questions. Siekaru nodded and said, All right, then send me and Shuyan out. Qin sent Siekaru and Liu Shuyan out and watched them enter the barrier and disappear. Then he controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle and returned to the Imperial Race Divine Palace. The box containing the Divine Universe Golden Stone is still there because the heaven-leaping shuttle will also be stored inside the Nine-Sun Divine Soul in the future. Although Qin did not gain anything from Siekaru, he can see that Siekaru definitely understands the Divine Universe Golden Stone very well. It is just that she did not tell him too much. He also plans to talk to Siekaru alone in the future. Not long after, Qin returned to the Imperial Race Divine Palace. He very easily stored the heaven-leaping shuttle into the Nine-Sun Divine Soul. After returning, Qin directly went to find Qinlong. Qinlong has always been in the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Seeing Qin come to find him in the middle of the night, he realized that it is an important matter. Dad, I'm preparing to go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range, Qin said. When? Qinlong is not surprised and asked. I'm not sure yet, it will be soon. Qin said in low voice, Dad, you explored the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range for so long. What exactly is the situation there? The Cloud Dragon Mountain Range is a very special space. It is a sun holy land, Qinlong said. As far as I know, there's also a sun holy land in the Immortal Desolate. The 10,000 Snake Mountain Range is a sun holy land. I just came back from there. Qin also wanted to explore the situation of the 10,000 Snake Mountain Range to see if there is anything hidden inside. Chapter 1773. The Calamity Stone Disaster. The Sun Sacred Land is actually a graveyard? Qin said. I heard that there are a total of 5 Sun Sacred Lands. Are those other sacred lands also like this? Qinlong walked back and forth a few steps, nodded and said, Yes. However, the people buried in those graveyards are not simple. Generally speaking, only those who are too powerful will be buried inside. Why not just destroy the corpse? Qin asked. It is precisely because with the original conditions, it was impossible to completely destroy the corpse. That's why those graveyards were created. They used a long period of time to cause those powerful corpses to decay. Qinlong sighed and said, Those graveyards are all very special. They can draw in a large number of souls and let the souls devour powerful corpses and then turn into some powerful ghosts. Mother's soul was drawn in? Qin said, Yes, but as long as the soul hasn't been destroyed, it doesn't mean that she's dead. She can still be resurrected. Qinlong said, Therefore, many of those fellows sealed in the Sun's sacred land still have their souls, but their powerful bodies have been sealed. Siekaru is in such a situation. She has a very powerful body and was sealed in the immortal graveyard. What made Qin puzzled is that his 8 souls and 9 spirits are also sealed in the Sun's sacred land. Dad, do you know who built the Sun's sacred land? Qin asked. Who wanted to kill so many experts and then seal it? I don't know. In short, this matter is related to the 9-Yang Divine Palace. Qinlong took out the sun-suppressing divine arrow and said, The sun-suppressing divine arrow is the token to enter the 9-Yang Divine Palace. I only know that before the 9-Yang Divine Palace left, they built the Sun Sacred Land. Did the 9-Yang Divine Palace want to seal those experts? Are those experts all heinous fellows? Qin asked. I don't know. I only know that one of the reasons why I was chosen by the sun-suppressing divine arrow is related to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Qinlong sighed and said, This is also the reason why I obtained the Fire Dragon God's divine position. Qin looked at the sun-suppressing divine arrow in Qinlong's hand. After a moment of silence, he asked, Dad, come with me to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. We'll talk about it when the time comes. I feel that I might not go with you. Qinlong said, Perhaps I will use other methods to head to the immortal graveyard. Qin Yun said with a frown. Those fellows from the D clan and Dark Royal clan are also going to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range, right? Are you with them? Let me see. Rest assured, I will definitely go. Qin Long patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with a smile, we have a way to get there. Qin Yun also knew that his father definitely had his own reasons, so he did not plan on going with him. Dad, have you heard of Divine Universe Goldstone? Qin Yun recalled this matter and asked. I have. At the mention of the Divine Universe Goldstone, Qin Long's voice became much deeper. Little Cloud, you have that thing? Qin Long knew that his son once had a past life, so even if he had the Divine Universe Golden Rock, he wouldn't find it strange. Qin Yun nodded. Yes. This thing is a calamity stone. Although it possesses very powerful energy, it is very difficult to obtain. Qin Long said, you must be careful. The Dark Royal clan, those two great emperors, the Sun Spirit race, and those fellows from the Outer Heaven domain all know that the Divine Universe Goldstone is in my hands. They should be coming to find me very soon. Qin Yun said, I wonder if the D-Clan Divine Palace can stop them. Qin Long said in a deep voice, Little Cloud, I am worried that there will be people from the D-Clan who covet your Divine Universe Goldstone. Although it is a calamity stone, many people want to obtain it, especially those powerful fellows. Qin Yun never thought that someone from the D-Clan would snatch the Divine Universe Goldstone. Hearing Qin Long's words, he suddenly felt that the D-Clan Divine Palace is not a place to stay for long. The Divine Universe Goldstone is indeed a calamity stone. It seems like I have to hide. Qin Yun said, you are a benefactor to the D-Clan, and you are also a very strong heavenly inscription master. The Qin Imperial clan will definitely protect you. I think you could talk to Elder Qin. Qin Long said, I have interacted with Elder Qin before. He is quite a good person. All right, I will go talk to him. Qin Yun already has this kind of plan. In any case, the matter of him possessing the Divine Universe Goldstone will soon be known to the entire Immortal Desolate. Even the Sacred Desolate and Divine Desolate will know about it. All right, then you can go, Qin Long said. Qin Yun left Qin Long's residence and immediately headed towards Dragon Manor. He wants to find Long Yuqing. Zi Qingsheng, Shui Tianzi, and Long Tianji are all together with Long Yuqing. He wants to take these women away. If anything were to happen, he would be able to take them away with him. The mountain range where Long Yuqing is located has a very strong barrier. Entering and exiting the mountain range is very strict. One can only enter from the only entrance. When Qin Yun enters, he must be registered. If he wants to take away Long Yuqing without anyone knowing, it will be very difficult. Because if Long Yuqing disappears and there is a record of him entering and exiting, Dragon Manor will definitely suspect him. Qin Yun doesn't want to quarrel with Dragon Manor because he feels that the D-Clan Divine Palace is pretty good. Not long after, Qin Yun arrived at the small mountain where Long Yuqing is located. After he entered the cave dwelling, he saw that Princess Anya is also here. Seeing Qin Yun arrive, Shui Tianzi immediately flew over and hugged Qin Yun. Qin Yun gently caressed her charming face and said with a smile, Sister Tianzi, you haven't been causing trouble these past few days, right? I'm not a naughty girl like you, Ma. Why would I cause trouble? Shui Tianzi said with a smile. Sister Yuqing is very good to me. I learned many things from her here. Me too, Long Tianji said. Long Yuqing and Princess Anya are both wearing masks. Although they can't see their faces, Zi Qingsheng is getting along very well with them. Qin Yun said, Yuqing, I'm taking the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. Really? That's great. Long Yuqing is very happy. She jumped up from her chair and said with a smile, Brother Yun, when are you going to take me out? I heard that you have a magic tool to store people. It has a very large and beautiful space inside. You can store me inside and take me away. No way. If I take you away, Long Zhuang will definitely be suspicious. Qin Yun said, I hate you. Long Yuqing said angrily. Don't worry. I said that I would get you out, so I will definitely do it. I have my own methods. Qin Yun said with a smile, I will use a better method. Not only will I not offend Long Zhuang, I will also be able to take you out. Then hurry up. I am suffocating here. Long Yuqing shook Qin Yun's arm. Qin Yun looked at Princess Anya and asked, Princess Anya, I will take you to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Are you prepared? Princess Anya is somewhat astonished and said, I can go at any time. Originally, I planned to go with the Dark Royal race, but they refused. Regardless of whether it is the Imperial race or the Dark Royal race, they don't allow me to go to the Cloud Dragon mountain range. What exactly is hidden in the immortal graveyard of the Cloud Dragon mountain range? It actually made the Imperial race and the Dark Royal race mobilize so many people and even restricted Princess Anya from going there. Brother Yun, Princess Anya knows many secrets. If you bring her to the Cloud Dragon mountain range, she will definitely tell you many secrets. Long Yuqing said with a smile. As long as I obtain what I'm looking for, I will tell you everything I know. Princess Anya said. All right, Qin Yun said with a smile. Do you really have a sun soul? How is your sun soul? Princess Anya had previously given Qin Yun a core crystal mother, and her sun soul was also in a deep slumber. She herself only had one core crystal mother. You'll know when the time comes, Princess Anya said with some vigilance. She was also worried that Qin Yun would snatch her sun soul. Qin Yun curled his lips. Then, he had Zi Qingsheng and the others return to the 9 Yang divine spirit and left the small mountain. Qin Zhuang. Late at night, Qin Yun knocked on Elder Qin's door. Elder Qin immediately got up to open the door. When he saw Qin Yun, he said in shock, Brat Qin, it's so late. Is there something urgent? Something urgent. Qin Yun said, I'm in big trouble. What? What's the matter? You couldn't have killed some genius young master of an imperial race, right? Elder Qin's eyes widened. This was also what he was worried about. In the imperial race, there were indeed some rather arrogant young geniuses. If they provoked Qin Yun with Qin Yun's personality, he would definitely beat them up. If it was that kind of thing, I wouldn't have come to find you, Qin Yun said with a smile. If I were to kill someone in the imperial race divine palace, no one would know that I did it. Then coming quickly, Elder Qin quickly invited Qin Yun in. After Qin Yun entered, he directly told them about the matter of him possessing the divine universe golden stone. Elder Qin is an elder of the Qin imperial clan. He has read many ancient books. How could he not know about the divine universe golden stone? What surprised Qin Yun is that the divine universe golden stone had the name of Calamity Stone a long time ago. This is indeed a big matter. Elder Qin took a deep breath and said, Qin lad, I'll have to discuss this matter with the other elders first. I can't make up my mind either. If it were me, I would definitely protect you. However, it's hard to say for the other elders. Elder, I won't make things difficult for you. The Imperial Race Divine Palace has just broken the seal and made a truce with the Dark Royal race. Now that the rare peace can allow the Imperial race to grow, I chose to leave the Imperial race. Qin Yun said, Sigh, to be honest, our Imperial race's elders all think very highly of you. Elder Qin said, If it wasn't for the fact that you had a black bloodline crystal, you would have been the next Qin Imperial clan's clan king. Qin Yun shook his head and said with a smile, I was planning to rush into the Imperial Dragon list before. I didn't expect that something like this would happen. I have no choice but to leave the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Elder, now you should tell me what the black bloodline crystal is, right? Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor told him that the black bloodline crystal means that he is the enemy of the heavenly Tao or something. But no one knows what it is exactly. Chapter 1774. Forbidden Bloodline. Qin Yun immediately nodded in agreement. Elder Qin placed a pearl on Qin Yun's forehead and activated it. In just a moment, Qin Yun felt that his soul is in a very special state. He shouted for Ling Yuner with all his might in his heart, but Ling Yuner did not reply. In just a short while, Qin Yun felt that his soul is in a very special state. Obviously, even Ling Yun had been isolated. The pearl in Elder Qin's hand also shocked Qin Yun. It actually has such a miraculous ability. Qin brat, Only our Qin Imperial clan knows what it means to test out the black bloodline crystal. Elder Qin said to Qin Yun through mental voice transmission, I don't know about the other Imperial clans with the surname. Even the Imperial Dragon clan doesn't know. Qin Yun said in shock. All of them don't know, because this matter absolutely cannot be allowed to be known by them. Because of this, our Qin Imperial clan's earliest clan king destroyed all of the books that recorded the black-colored bloodline crystal and erased the memories from the souls of those who knew about this. Elder Qin's serious voice appeared in Qin Yun's mind. Qin Yun is even more apprehensive. The Qin Imperial clan's clan king actually did such a disgraceful thing. And to be able to do it so flawlessly, this requires a very powerful strength. Our Qin Imperial clan's earliest clan king once served as the clan emperor. Later on, because he knew too many things, he had no choice but to be taken down. Elder Qin sighed and said, If our Qin Imperial clan had always been in charge of the Imperial clans, then the Nine Desolate would not be in such dire straits. Elder, I know a few things about the Nine-Sun royal family. Qin Yun said, Princess Yi is the only person who possesses the complete bloodline of the Nine-Sun royal family, right? You guy, it hasn't been long since you came to the Imperial Clan Divine Palace, yet you already know so many things. Elder Qin said in shock, What else do you know? I also know that the Nine-Sun Divine Maiden is the main reason behind the division of the Nine-Sun royal family. Qin Yun said with a smile, Awesome. How did you know about this? Even Elder Xiao and the others would not know about this. Elder Qin is even more astonished. This is what Peng Hantao told Qin Yun. Elder, my friend told me about it. Quickly tell me about the bloodline crystal. We're getting off topic. Qin Yun said, Brat Qin, the black bloodline crystal is a forbidden bloodline. This forbidden bloodline already existed when the Nine Suns royal family dominated the 3,000 heavens. Elder Qin said, As long as one has the bloodline of an imperial clan in their body, such a situation might occur. Forbidden bloodline. Qin Yun frowned and said, Enemy of the heavenly Tao? Elder Qin shook his head. Enemy of the heavenly Tao? Do you really think that the heavenly Tao has enemies? If heavenly Tao wants to kill you, you can't live for more than an hour at all. Then how come I heard that people with taboo bloodline, people of heavenly Tao, can't live long? Qin Yun said, The so-called taboo bloodline, the enemy of the heavenly Tao, is actually a person chosen by the heavens. If they couldn't pass the test of the heavenly Tao, they would naturally die. If this kind of person lives, they will be specially taken care of by the heavenly Tao. They might live very well, but they will also have many tribulations in their lives. Elder Qin said. Qin Yun thought about it carefully. His past 2 lives did not have a good ending. Furthermore, he had to endure all kinds of trials, and in the end, he could not endure it and died. Even so, it's not a big deal. Why did the Qin Imperial clan's clan king hide this matter? Qin Yun is very curious about this. Because in the Divine Desolate, our Qin Imperial clan's clan king is such a person chosen by the heavens. He has already lived for a very long time, and even now he has not died. Elder Qin said, If you can go to the Divine Desolate alive in the future, you will definitely be able to see him. Qin Yun said in shock, What will happen to a person chosen by the heavens in the end? Elder Qin shook his head and said, I don't know about that. Maybe one day, he will obtain extremely great power. This matter cannot be known by other races. The main reason is because our Qin Imperial clan has tested out more people with black bloodline crystals than other races. In order to not let them think too much, we hid this part of history, and this is not important to our Imperial clan. The Qin Imperial clan has a person chosen by the heavens in the Divine Desolate. His strength is extremely powerful. If this matter were to spread, the other Imperial clans might think too much. Brat Qin, our Qin Imperial clan has always wanted to revive the Nine-Sun royal clan. But the other clans are very afraid because of those bullshit prophecies. They are worried that Princess Anya, who has a complete bloodline, will exterminate all the stubborn old fools. Elder Qin said, Although Princess Anya has experienced a lot, This woman does not have much hatred in her heart. I can feel it, Qin Yun said. Yes, I can also feel it. Elder Qin shook his head and laughed. However, those bastards from the Imperial Dragon Clan, because they were too worried, they destroyed their own 9-dragon heavenly origin formation and crippled their own martial arts. They're truly hopelessly stupid. Otherwise, we would not be afraid of the Dark Royal Clan. Qin Yun asked, Elder, do you know what you need to pay attention to as a person chosen by the heavens? You have to live. As long as you can live, one day you will be able to complete the heavens' mandate. Elder Qin said with a smile. This is what the Qin clan king of the divine desolate said. Yuelon, me, and little Mei Yin, they all have it. Qin Yun is very doubtful about this. Don't think too much. You guys will definitely be fine. It's not like all the people chosen by the heavens will die. Elder Qin patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with a smile, Be more natural. Qin Yun nodded and said, Elder, I have the divine universe golden stone. If those guys suddenly come, I will definitely leave the Imperial Clan Divine Palace and not implicate the Imperial Clan. Sai, we really don't want you to leave. Let's see how the situation goes. Although our Imperial Clan has been sealed for many years, we still have a foundation. Elder Qin said. Lingyan doesn't seem to know what happened just now, so she didn't ask anything. Qin Yun also didn't tell her about the matter of the heavens chosen. All right. Qin Yun left Elder Qin's residence and immediately went to find the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor is Long Youqing's grandfather. Qin Yun also respects this old senior quite a bit. This time, Qin Yun can directly enter the residence of the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor. When the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor saw him, he was not surprised at all and directly invited him in. Kid Fuyun, did you come to say goodbye to me? The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor sat down in the hall and said with a smile. Senior, why do you say that? Qin Yun is somewhat puzzled. You obtained the Divine Universe Golden Stone. Can you stay in the Imperial Clan Divine Palace? The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said with a smile. It won't be long before many powerful immortal emperors come knocking on your door. Senior, how do you know? Qin Yun said in shock. The Red Sun Dragon Mother told me. She used a secret technique to send the news to me. They're still on their way back, but you came back. The heaven-leaping shuttle is really fast. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor said. Seeing the two seniors reconcile, I am also very happy. Qin Yun said with a smile. Kid Fuyun, this time you are truly facing a great calamity. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor sighed and said, The dragon race of the outer heaven domain received news that a large number of immortal emperors from the other heavenly domains will soon arrive in the immortal desolate. Qin Yun said, I'm not afraid. That's true. When have you ever been afraid? The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor shook his head and smiled. Senior, I plan to redeem Yu Qing. Qin Yun said, You talk to the Imperial Dragon race. I have the corpse of a divine dragon in my hands. If they are willing to release Long Youqing, I will give the corpse to them. The corpse of a divine dragon is also very important to the dragon race. Although they are the same kind, these dragons will also use the corpse of their own kind to strengthen themselves. No matter how weak the divine dragon of the divine desolate is, the divine power in their body is what the immortal desolate immortal dragon needs. You really plan to use the corpse of a divine dragon to redeem Yu Qing? The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor is emotionally moved. He said in shock, This is a big deal. Is that damn girl worth that much? How about this? Don't redeem her. Give me the corpse of the divine dragon. Qin Yun is startled, then said with a smile, Senior, I will definitely pass these words on to Yu Qing. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor waved his hand and said, It's not bad for that little girl to be locked up for a period of time, in case she causes trouble everywhere. I am more at ease with her being sealed here. Qin Yun feels that if Long Youqing heard this, she would definitely curse her grandfather in anger. However, he can also see that Long Youqing is a very troublesome person. Otherwise, her grandfather would not have said that. I promised her, Qin Yun said with a smile. I can't go back on my word. In your previous life, you went back on your word a lot. What's wrong with going back on your word again? The immortal desolate dragon emperor chuckled and said, the words you said in your previous life, out of 198 of them were lies. Lying to you is a common occurrence. Qin Yin curled his lips and said, that was my previous life. I will change my past mistakes in this life. The immortal desolate dragon emperor patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with a smile, Yu Qin might not even believe that you will save her, so you should just forget about it. Give me that divine dragon's corpse. Don't give it to the imperial dragon race. If Grandma Qiyang knew what you were thinking, what would she do? Qin Yun suddenly said, all right, I'll help you talk to Elder Long. The immortal desolate dragon emperor is still somewhat afraid of the red sun dragon mother. Back then, the star god gave Qin Yun 10 divine dragon corpses. Qin Yun did not use them much. One of them was even placed on the divine inscription mountain for everyone to eat. Qin Yun ran back and forth inside the Emperor Clan Divine Palace for an entire night. When he returned to Qin Zhuang, the sky is already bright. And just as he returned, he found out that Siekaru is waiting for him in Elder Qin's living room. Qin Yun immediately went to Elder Qin's living room. After he arrived, he saw a little girl wearing a white dress, sitting on a chair, swinging her legs and eating. Sister Kiru, why are you here? Qin Yun is very surprised because he just parted with Siekaru last night. I suddenly felt that there are some things I should let you know, so I came to find you. Siekaru smiled sweetly. Xiao Yun, do you want to know the method to use Divine Universe Golden Stone to cultivate? Elder Qin is also at the side. When he heard the little girl's words, he is very shocked. Chapter 1775. The Dragon Lady helps Elder Qin said in astonishment. Using the Divine Universe Golden Rock to cultivate? That was impossible. Although many people want to obtain the Divine Universe Golden Rock, there aren't many people who can quickly absorb the Divine Universe Golden Rock's energy. If one wanted to absorb the energy of the Divine Universe Goldstones to cultivate, they could only absorb it for a very long time. But once the Divine Universe Goldstone was exposed for a long time, the spatial fluctuations it released would be sensed by many people. Therefore, in the outer heavens, Divine Cosmos Golden Stones were fought over. A single Divine Cosmos Golden Stone could be worth dozens of heavens. I really have a way. It's just that it's not easy to do, Siekaru said with a smile. All right, then I'll take my leave. Elder Qin said, this must be a secret. I won't listen to it. It's all right. Siekaru smiled and said, if you want to absorb the energy inside the Divine Universe Goldstone, you need the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation. I mean the real 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation. Elder Qin had just stood up when he heard Siekaru's words. He immediately sat down and exclaimed, is this true? The 9 Dragons Heaven Origin Formation has such an effect? Siekaru nodded. But the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation is very difficult to obtain. Those idiots from the Dragon Manor, if they hadn't destroyed the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation, wouldn't they be? Alas! Elder Qin sighed with regret. Qin Yun suddenly recalled that in his previous life, he had been working very hard to set up the true 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation. Therefore, he had gone to the dragon race. He suspected that Long Yoqing's destruction of the Dragon Clan's 9 Dragons Heaven Origin Formation might have something to do with his Divine Universe Goldstone. Sister Kiru, are you sure this is true? Qin Yun pinched her cute face. Of course it's true. Siekaru chuckled, pushed Qin Yun's hand away, and rubbed her face. The usefulness of the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation made Elder Qin sigh repeatedly. Their imperial clans had possessed the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation for many years, yet they had never known about this. So many people want the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Array. Could it be that they all know that the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Array can quickly absorb energy? Asked Qin Yun. No. Elder Qin shook his head and said, the reason why the 9 Dragons Heavenly Origin Formation is so attractive is because cultivating within the formation allows one to unleash their full potential. If I cultivate within the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation, my body's potential will be slowly awakened. Under normal circumstances, it is very difficult to stimulate the hidden potential. Siekaru said, the 9-dragon heavenly origin formation can balance the fusion of energy and body. Elder Chin said, that is indeed the case. For example, within the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation, even if one absorbs extremely violent energy, their body will not explode because of it. This is because during the absorption process, the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation will release a special energy that can balance the energy and protect the body. Siekaru smiled and said, therefore, the divine universe Golden Stone's energy can also be balanced by the 9 dragons' heavenly origin array. This way it won't explode. But the energy within the divine universe Gold Stone is very violent. Can a 9 dragons' heavenly origin array really suppress it? Elder Chin asked doubtfully. Yes, no problem at all, Siekaru said with certainty. The problem now is that we don't have a 9-dragon heavenly origin formation. Speaking of this matter, Elder Chin sighed again, patted his thigh, and said, it's all because of those idiots from Long Manor. If they were not so inflexible and listened to those bullshit prophecies, they would not have destroyed the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. I will go find the other elders first and discuss with them. Elder Chin knows that the other major powers will come knocking on their door very soon. Therefore, he notified the other elders in advance so that they can prepare. After Elder Chin left, Chin Yun caressed Siekaru's face and said with smile, Sister Karu, didn't you not want to tell me before? Why did you tell me later? I also heard some things from your big sister Shuyan. That's why I feel that you really need to absorb the energy of the divine universe Golden Stone in order to go to the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range. Siekaru placed her small hand on Chin Yun's cheek and vigorously pinched it. Chin Yun said, but I don't have a 9 dragons heavenly origin formation. If I want to set up the 9 dragons heavenly origin formation, I need to gather 9 different dragon heavenly runes. Heavenly runes are not the same as ordinary runes. Chin Yun has also seen heavenly runes, Kong Feiqing's Gemini heavenly rune, Yi Yaoshue's mysterious fusion heavenly rune. All kinds of runes are condensed into a ball. It is a kind of 3-dimensional rune. It looks like countless threads are tied together in a regular pattern. If he wants to create it, he must have a very deep understanding of it. He now understands why so many people are certain that the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation cannot be created. It can only be created naturally. Moreover, he has never seen the true 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation. If he could see it once, it would be a lot easier. Xiao Yun, with the situation in the Cloud Dragon Mountain Range, if you go now, it will be very dangerous. Siekaru said, what about you guys? Could it be that it is not dangerous? Chin Yun curled his lips and said, you only have 1 soul. Your 8 souls and 9 spirits are sealed. If this soul of yours is gone, it is possible that you will be sealed inside forever. Siekaru slightly frowned and said, you have so many things in your hands. When the time comes, they will disappear along with your soul. All right. I will think of a way to create the 9 dragons' heavenly origin formation as soon as possible. Chin Yun said, if Siekaru dies again, she is not afraid because she still has avatars and can be reborn. All right, you have to be careful. If you really can't go on, come to the Guanghan Palace. Siekaru smiled and said, the Guanghan Palace is still very safe. Don't worry, even if more people from the heavenly domain come to capture me, they won't be able to take me down. Chin Yun said very confidently. All right, I'm going back. Siekaru said. Chin Yun sent her out of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace and watched her use a teleportation talisman to teleport away. Daybreak. Chin Yun stood in the plaza at the entrance of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace and watched the 3 suns slowly rise. The Imperial Clan Divine Palace floated in the air. The sun that he saw now seemed to be slightly bigger, and the sunlight he felt was also warmer. I could still see the sun. How great! Qin Yun has an indescribable feeling towards the sun in the sky. Thinking about how these suns fell into the great desolate, he felt somewhat melancholic. He turned around and returned to the Qin Manor. As soon as he returned, he found out that Elder Long and the immortal desolate Dragon Emperor are waiting for him in Elder Qin's living room. Qin Yun immediately rushed over. The immortal desolate Dragon Emperor's way of doing things is very efficient. Qin Yun walked in and said with smile, "Elder Long, what do you think about the exchange? Brat Qin, Long Yoqing's identity is rather special. If she can follow you, that would be pretty good." Elder Long said with smile, "We don't want to seal her forever. We want to wait until she becomes stronger before letting her out. That way, she will be even safer." Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said, "Brat Qin, Elder Long has already agreed to exchange with you." "Really? That's great." Qin Yun did not expect things to go so smoothly. He can also see that the Dragon Manor really needs a divine dragon's corpse. "Brat Qin, you are truly capable. You can actually tame that barbaric Long Yuqing. This girl is very willful in our Dragon Manor," Elder Long said with smile. "If you can take her away, that would be for the best." Qin Yun took out a storage magic tool and handed it over. He said with smile, "That divine dragon's corpse is inside. Elder Long, please check and accept it." Elder Long took it and looked at it. He chuckled and said, "Very good, very good. Where did you get it?" "I picked it up." Qin Yun can only use the excuse he often uses. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor shouted, "Elder Long, you promised me that you would give me a portion. Don't go back on your word, otherwise I will turn the entire Dragon Manor upside down." Qin Yun laughed in his heart. This immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor has indeed gotten some benefits from this. "Don't worry, I still have credibility. Let's go. We will first bring Qin Brat to pick up his barbaric dragon wife." "Ha!" Elder Long said with smile. Qin Yun is somewhat speechless. He also doesn't know what the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor said to Elder Long. Just like that, Qin Yun followed Elder Long to the Dragon Manor and arrived outside the small mountain where Long Yuqing is imprisoned. Elder Long opened the barrier, and Long Yuqing is very happy. She laughed loudly and walked out. However, when she saw the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor, she shrunk her neck and didn't dare to be presumptuous. She very obediently stood beside Qin Yun, lowered her head, and didn't speak. "Brat Qin, take your dragon wife and leave. Remember, don't bring her back to the Dragon Manor," Elder Long said with smile. Hearing this, Long Yuqing is somewhat dumbstruck. She wanted to say something, but didn't. Qin Yun immediately pulled her out of the Dragon Manor and returned to the Qin Manor. "Brother Yin, what are you talking about? What the hell is a dragon wife?" Long Yuqing said in low voice. "Your grandfather is talking nonsense in front of Elder Long," Qin Yun said with smile. "This has nothing to do with me." "What? Are you looking down on me? Do you think I'm not worthy to be your wife?" Long Yuqing lightly groaned and said, "This matter will depend on Yuelon." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, That female rogue Yuelon, you are still better?" After Long Yuqing sat down, she said with smile, "Brother Yun is truly awesome. You actually managed to get me out." "Well, that's right. How did you make Elder Long release me?" "I used the corpse of a divine dragon to exchange with Elder Long," Qin Yun said. "What?" Long Yuqing abruptly jumped up from her chair and shouted, This is too much a loss. Brother Yin, why are you so stupid? Did your shrewdness and craftiness from your previous life completely die?" "Yuqing, I managed to get you out." Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "But this is a big loss. There's no need to use the entire divine dragon corpse. Just half would be enough. Half of half would be enough." Long Yuqing felt very uncomfortable. She bitterly sighed and said, "Why didn't you discuss it with me?" "Yuqing, your grandfather told me not to exchange you, but to give him the entire divine dragon corpse," Qin Yun said. Long Yuqing gnashed her teeth and said, "That damned old man. He must have gained a lot of benefits from it. Otherwise, he would not have let you exchange the entire dragon." Qin Yun thought about it carefully, and it is indeed so. This Long Yuqing is indeed worthy of being the granddaughter of the immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor. Yu Qing, I am in big trouble. I can no longer stay in the Imperial Race Divine Palace. Qin Yin said, I already have the heaven-leaping shuttle. I have to run for my life. Long Yu Qing said with charming smile, Brother Yin, don't tell me your Divine Universe Golden Stone is inside the heaven-leaping shuttle? You found it? You know? Qin Yin remembers that he never mentioned this matter to Long Yu Qing. Of course I know. Don't be afraid. You told me some things in your previous life. You are still so good to me in this life. I will definitely help you. Long Yu Qing said with smile. Chapter 1776. Various King's attitude. Long Yu Qing pulled Qin Yun's hand and said with smile, Brother Yun, the matter you told me in my past life is very important, so I still have some impression of it. Qin Yun looked at Long Yu Qing. Originally, he felt very happy in his heart, but now he is somewhat worried. Long Yu Qing is just teasing him because she only said she has some impression of it. Long Yu Qing is someone who likes to tease people. The first time Qin Yun met her, he was teased by her. Yu Qing, now is not the time to joke around. Qin Yun said with grave expression, I am truly in big trouble. I am really not joking around. I am serious. Long Yu Qing said, What matter did I tell you in my past life? Is it related to Divine Universe Golden Stone? Qin Yun asked. It is related. You had something in your past life that can help in using Divine Universe Golden Stone. Long Yu Qing said, But I don't really remember where it is. I need to think about it carefully. How can you not remember? Qin Yun is somewhat anxious. He suspects whether or not Long Yu Qing is teasing him. It has been too long. Moreover, I don't have a map or a compass to search for it. Long Yu Qing said with slight anger. After so many years, the terrain has changed greatly. Qin Yun walked back and forth a few steps, looked at Long Yu Qing with grave expression, and said, Yu Qing, you must remember, it is very important to me. Long Yu Qing said, Brother Yin, how about this? I will go out for a stroll and see if I can remember. Don't you have a compass in your hand? You can find me with that compass. I can't stay in the Emperor Race Divine Palace for a long time. When will you be able to find the things I left behind in my past life? Qin Yun asked. Give me 10 days. I will go find them as soon as possible. Long Yu Qing shook Qin Yun's arm and said, Brother Yun, I am really not teasing you. I will definitely help you find those things and bring them back to you. As soon as possible. Qin Yun nodded. I will set off immediately. Long Yu Qing said with smile. I will first go find Princess Anya and greet her. Long Yu Qing immediately left Qin Zhuang. It is unknown where she is going to find Princess Anya. Sun Spirit Race and Dark Royal Race's immortal emperors are on their way back. And when they returned, they also spread the news of the Divine Universe Goldstones back to the clan. Therefore, the immortal emperors had yet to return, but the news had already reached them today. Qin Yun also walked out of the Emperor Clan Divine Palace and headed for the Immortal King Ancient City. Peng Hantao was still in the Immortal King Ancient City, trying to climb the Immortal King rankings. Qin Yun did not fight. He only came to find Peng Hantao. Peng Hantao is currently ranked first. His strength is indeed very strong. As long as he doesn't meet a freak like Qin Yun, he can basically win. A few of the immortal kings of the Sun Hunter tribe were also on the list. When Qin Yun found Peng Hantao, he happened to see Peng Hanao fighting the Sun Hunter race's immortal king. Peng Hantao is an inscription dome master, so his mental power is very strong, and the Sun Hunters are most afraid of powerful mental attacks. However, the immortal king of the Sun Hunters could still suppress Peng Hantao. Brother Peng is also in a tough battle against the Sun Hunters. Qin Yun watched the battle on the battle platform. Peng Hantao was having a hard time being suppressed by the Sun Hunters' sun hunting power. Fortunately, Peng Hantao's foundation was very strong, so he could always avoid it. When Xia Wufeng saw Qin Yun, he also came to his side. In the previous Immortal King ranking, Xia Wufeng was ranked 3rd and Peng Hantao was ranked 2nd. Boss Xia, Brother Peng should be able to win, right? Qin Yun said with smile. He still hasn't used inscription Dome Master battle skills. Xia Wufeng said with smile. This guy won't easily use Inscription Dome master battle skills, but when fighting him, you have to be on guard at all times. Just as Xia Wufeng finished speaking, Peng Hantao took advantage of an opening and quickly condensed a group of runes and shot them out. The group of runes are translucent. They burst out with very strong mental power, turned into a net, and enveloped the Sun Hunter race youth. The Sun Hunter race youth was suddenly hit by the runes and screamed a few times. It is clear that his soul has suffered a very strong mental attack. Peng Hantao continued to draw even stronger soul attack runes in one go. This time it condensed into an arrow and flew out. After the Sun Hunter race youth's head was hit, he let out a heart-wrenching and lung-splitting scream. Then his eyes turned white and he laid on the ground, his body slightly twitching. These evil guys are really hard to deal with. Peng Hantao wiped his sweat. His face is filled with exhaustion. After he won 200 points, he happily walked down the battle stage. The Sun Hunter race Immortal King was defeated by an ancient-era Immortal King. This caused all the Immortal Kings present to burst into cheers. The Immortal Kings of the ancient epoch were indeed very strong. Fortunately, this group of people were rather gentle. Everyone has a very good impression of ancient-era Immortal Kings because their temperament is very good. Even if they are very strong, they are not arrogant or arrogant. After all, they are very patient. They have been hiding underground for tens of thousands of years. If they couldn't keep their cool, they would not have joined the ranks of ancient-era cultivators. After Peng Hantao walked down the battle stage, he saw Xia Wufeng and Qin Yun on the roof of a house far away. Seeing Qin Yun, he very happily ran over. Peng Hantao is still wearing that loose and fluttering black robe. His handsome and scholarly face has a gentle smile on it. He flew to the roof and said with smile, "Brother Qin, I haven't seen you for days. I thought you became Immortal Emperor. When are you going to start fighting?" "I'm not fighting anymore," Qin Yun said with smile. "I just came here to see some old friends and then say goodbye to them." "Oh, you are leaving? Aren't you staying in the Emperor Race Divine Palace?" Peng Hantao said in shock. "Brother Qin, where are you going? I also want to go with you." Xia Wufeng is also somewhat amazed and asked, "Brother Yun, I thought you would stay in the Emperor Race Divine Palace and peacefully break through to Immortal Emperor. Why are you leaving just like that? Let's talk somewhere else." Qin Yun looked all around. He feels that Dark Royal Race, Sun Spirit Race, and others might already know that he has Divine Universe Golden Stone. Under Peng Hantao's lead, the three of them quickly arrived at a hotel and entered a private room. A table of food and wine has already been prepared. "Brother Qin, this is not like you. I feel like you are worried about something," Peng Hantao said with smile. "The three of us are the top 3 of the Immortal King ranking. Within the Immortal King ancient city, we are invincible." Xia Wufeng asked, "Brother Yun, if you face the threat of Immortal Emperor, you can stay in the Immortal King ancient city." Peng Hantao poured wine for Xia Wufeng and Qin Yun and said, "Brother Qin, don't be in such a hurry to become Immortal Emperor. Otherwise, you won't be able to charge up the rankings in the Immortal King ancient city." "Have you heard of Divine Universe Golden Stone?" Qin Yun asked. Xia Wufeng's expression changed, his pair of sharp sword-like eyebrows tightly knitted. Clearly, he is very clear about the danger of Divine Universe Golden Stone. Peng Hantao just raised his wine cup, and when he heard the words Divine Universe Golden Stone, he immediately put it down and hastily took out a compass. After he took out the compass, it trembled and the pointer pointed at Qin Yun. The pointer is still flickering with golden light. "Holy shit, Brother Qin. Where did you get this thing?" Peng Hantao took a few deep breaths and asked in shock. "I obtained it by chance. In short, I can't stay in the Emperor Race Divine Palace, nor can I stay here," Qin Yun said. "Of course, the specifics will depend on the attitude of the Emperor Race Divine Palace and whether or not they can protect me." Xia Wufeng said, "Brother Yun, it is indeed very dangerous for you to have this kind of thing." Peng Hantao shook his head and said, "Brother Qin, this is a calamity stone. Although I also want it, I still have to say that this thing is very sinister." Without enough formidable power, you don't have the qualifications to possess it. Brother Peng, do you ancient era people have any method to absorb the energy inside the divine universe golden stone? Qin Yun asked. No. Peng Hantao shook his head and said, this thing is a legendary existence. Because of the special divine power inside, it can be transmitted with weak spatial fluctuations, so we can also detect the sun god crystal with our equipment. Suddenly, Peng Hantao took out a communication talisman. Someone has sent him a message. After he received the message, his expression changed. Then he said to Qin Yun, Brother Qin, our Peng family's elder has found the existence of divine universe golden stone. He said that it is inside the immortal king ancient city. You want me to look for it? Xie Wufeng said, Brother Yun, quickly return to the Emperor Race Divine Palace. That place is temporarily safe. I will immediately return to Nether Sect and inform Foster Father. All right. Qin Yun nodded and said, Brother Qin, since the Divine Universe Golden Stone is in your hands, it will be best if you don't casually give it up. With your talent, maybe you can truly become a peerless expert through that thing. Peng Hantao said with mischievous smile, You should quickly return to the Emperor Race Divine Palace. Qin Yun immediately left and returned to the Emperor Race Divine Palace. Just as he returned to Qin Zhuang, he saw that all the elders are in Elder Qin's hall. Even Elder Long has arrived. Qin brat, we have discussed with the clan king. Elder Qin's expression is somewhat awkward. Among the 6 most powerful clan leaders, only 2 of them are willing to defend you against powerful enemies. Elder Xiao said, These 2 clan leaders are the Qin clan leader and the Qi clan leader. Elder Xiao, Elder Yuan, as well as Elder Long's expression is filled with a trace of shame. Brat Qin, I've tried my best, but our Yuan Imperial Clan's clan king said that unless you can offer the Divine Universe Golden Stone to them, Elder Yuan said with a troubled expression, You definitely won't be willing. Elder Xiao said, Our Xiao Imperial Clan's clan king also has the same opinion. Elder Long patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said, Qin brat, you can rest assured, if you are not willing to hand over the Divine Universe Golden Stone, we will absolutely not fight over it. Our Imperial Clan cannot fight over this kind of matter. Elder Yuan said, Qin brat, I hope you can understand the benefits involved in this matter. Qin Yun nodded. These elders can be considered to be very sincere. Some clan kings are willing to protect him, some are not. The main reason is because other clan kings don't think that protecting him will bring them enough benefits. At the same time, they will suffer disastrous losses. After all, this will cause the Emperor Race Divine Palace to face powerful enemies from all over. It is very likely that it will be destroyed. Chapter 1777. Crossing Heaven Domain. The Imperial Race Divine Palace is very powerful, but it cannot withstand the siege of many powerful factions. I can understand your difficulties. Qin Yun said, Elders, I will leave the Imperial Race Divine Palace by myself. I will still be a member of the Imperial Race. I hope you can take care of my friends in the future. My friends are also very outstanding. Elder Xiao nodded and said, Of course, your friends are indeed outstanding. We will focus on nurturing them. You should also be careful outside. Qin brat, I hope you can use the Divine Universe Golden Stone well as soon as possible. Elder Long said, This is for you. Elder Yuan handed over a talisman to Qin Yun and said, This is a space-sealing sacred talisman. It can stabilize the space at the critical moment. Qin Yun has a teleportation magic tool. If the space is not stable, he cannot use it. But the space-sealing sacred talisman can stabilize the space and allow him to seize the opportunity to escape. Many thanks, Elder Yuan. Qin Yun took it. This is the sacred dragon bugle horn. Elder Long handed over a bugle horn to Qin Yun and said with smile, Blow the bugle horn with all your strength. It can release the sacred dragon's roar and the aura of the sacred dragon. It can only be used to scare people. Qin Yun laughed. It's very useful. Elder Chi also walked over and handed over a pearl to Qin Yun and said, "This is the enduring turtle's sacred pearl. If you are besieged and cannot escape, you can hide inside the pearl and control it to roll around. But you can only use it once." Qin Yun took it and promptly thanked him. Elder Xiao took out a needle and said with smile, "This is the soul-breaking sacred needle. It is a sacred tier talisman tool. It mainly attacks the soul. Don't use it unless you have no other choice. It is very precious." "Many thanks, Elder Xiao." Qin Yun took it and looked at it, then put it away. These elders all roared. They know that they cannot help Qin Yun, but they still gave him some things to defend and escape with. After the other elders left, Elder Qin said, "Qin brat, I don't have anything to give you, but someone wants to see you. He has something to give you." "Who?" Qin Yun asked. "Qin Imperial Race's clan king." Elder Qin said, "All right." Qin Yun is somewhat surprised and quickly said, "Quickly take me to see him." Elder Qin nodded and brought Qin Yun to a large mountain behind Qin Zhuang. The king of the Qin clan was in that mountain. Qin Yun followed Elder Qin to a cave abode in the mountains. He sat there and waited for the clan king to come out. Not long after, a burly old man in a gray robe walked in. The old man looked very sturdy. Under his thick white eyebrows, a pair of sharp eyes were filled with sharpness, revealing a kind of sharpness that could pierce one's heart. However, his angular face was filled with a comforting kindness. Clan King. Qin Yun and Elder Qin immediately stood up and greeted him. The Qin clan leader waved his hand and said with a smile, "Sit down." Qin Yun also felt that the Qin clan king is very powerful. He is on the same level as the immortal desolate dragon emperor. The devil immortal great emperor and the immortal desolate great emperor might not be a match for the Qin clan king. "Brat Qin, I've heard all about you," the Qin clan king said. "It's a pity that a few clan kings don't agree to let you stay, unless you can hand over the Divine Universe Golden Stone." Qin Yun shook his head and said, "The Divine Universe Golden Stone is very important to me. I want to keep it by my side." That was something he had been protecting in his previous life, and he had already obtained it when he was a divine king. The Qin clan king said with a smile, "This is understandable. After all, it is such a precious thing. Don't worry, we won't steal your things. Our imperial clan won't do such despicable things." "Clan king, do you have something to tell me?" Qin Yun asked. The Qin clan king took out a very large box. After opening it, there are many stone slabs inside. "Brat Qin, take out these stone slabs and carefully look at the contents," the Qin clan king said. Qin Yun took out a stone slab and saw that it is filled with runes. He is immediately shocked. "Sun rune," Qin Yun said in shock. "It's even Saint Tier's sun rune. This is a complete set of Saint Tier sun runes. There are 20 of them," the Qin clan king said. "This is passed down from our Qin imperial clan. The other clans, even the imperial dragon clan, only have a dozen or so." "Many thanks, clan king." Qin Yun is very grateful. This kind of precious sun rune is exactly what he lacks. "No need to be polite. You are an extremely outstanding inscription master. It should have been given to you," the Qin clan king said with a smile. "Our Qin imperial clan hasn't had a good inscription master for many years." Qin Yun placed the box into the Nine-Sun Divine Spirit and let Zi, Qin Sheng, and the others take it out to let Mo take a look. "Clan king, even if the people from the outer heaven domain came, they would at most be as strong as you, right?" Qin Yun asked. "If it was only an immortal realm space, they would at most be the same as me. However, the equipment in their hands must be very strong." The Qin clan king sighed and said, "Our imperial clan has fallen behind too much." Qin Yun now also understands why the Qin clan king gave him the precious Saint Tier sun rune. It is to let him refine powerful equipment. "Brat Qin, those people from the outer heaven domain must have tools to detect divine universe golden stones. They must have already passed through space," the Qin imperial clan king warned. "You must be careful." "I know." Qin Yun nodded and said, "There's no time to lose. I'll leave now. I'll send you out," the Qin clan king said. The Qin clan king rarely comes out, but this time, he wants to personally send Qin Yun off. Many of the elders and young disciples of the Qin manor saw the Qin clan king bring Qin Yun out and are extremely shocked. They all know that Qin Yun is highly valued, but now that the Qin clan king is leading Qin Yun, it is very clear that they're going to do something. Some people immediately suspected that Qin Yun is being bullied outside, and the Qin clan king wants to stand up for Qin Yun. Qin Yun followed the Qin clan king out, and along the way attracted the attention of many people. Qin Yun saw the black-clothed and masked Princess Anya. She seems to know that Qin Yun possesses divine universe golden stones. Princess Anya also knows about the matter of divine universe golden stones. Just as Qin Yun and the Qin clan king walked out of the Imperial Clan Divine Palace's entrance, a shockwave suddenly surged down from the sky. Rumble! Lightning flashed and thunder rolled above the entrance. The trembling space suddenly split open. Someone broke through the sky and arrived. The people who followed them out are all extremely shocked. Quickly return to the Divine Palace, the Qin clan king suddenly shouted. The surrounding space is shaking. Princess Anya also arrived beside Qin Yun and said in low voice, "Outer Heaven Domain people are coming. That is a super teleportation formation that can cross Heaven Domain." When Qin Yun heard this, he is extremely shocked. Outer Heaven Domain's powerful forces actually have this kind of teleportation formation that can cross Heaven Domain. He remembered that Luiyue Shuyin said that when she went to Other Heaven Domain, she always flew and didn't use teleportation method. This can only mean that the Outer Heaven Domain's inscription level is extremely developed. How did they know I was here? Qin Yun said with frown. There are other Outer Heaven Domain people nearby. Princess Anya looked around and said, "They have been lying in ambush here for a long time." At this moment, other powerful elders flew out one after another. Powerful immortal Emperor Dragon warriors also immediately rushed over. Immortal Desolate Dragon Emperor and Qin Long rushed to the entrance as fast as possible. The Imperial Clan Divine Palace is on a floating island. At this moment, the entire island is shaking. Hoo. Powerful immortal Emperor Aura rushed over. A large number of powerful immortal emperors are approaching. Qin Yun can feel the aura of Immortal Desolate Great Emperor and Devil Immortal Great Emperor. And Red Sun Dragon Mother is also nearby. The surrounding space is fluctuating. Obviously, someone deliberately made the space unstable. Only by doing this can they prevent Qin Yun from escaping using the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. They came so fast. Qin Yun lightly groaned. Xieyong also floated over, releasing a wave of berserk energy that caused the space to fluctuate. Qin Clan King's expression is solemn. His eyes shot out a sharp light as he scanned the many immortal emperors in front of him. "Brat Qin, we will help you leave safely." Elder Long roared as he spoke. His body turned into golden light and rushed to the sky. He controlled the golden light to explode, and a huge golden dragon appeared. Dragon Elder turned into a golden dragon. Dragon Manor's powerful immortal Emperor Dragon warriors suddenly flew to the sky and turned into huge dragons, roaring and circling in the sky. Powerful dragon power enveloped down and suppressed the other immortal emperor's aura in an instant. Qin Clan King suddenly flew to the sky with a huge axe in his hand. He roared loudly and released a wave of vigorous and heavy energy from his body. That energy surged out majestically. The crack in the sky that was originally split open also slowly healed at this moment. Elder Xiao, Elder Qin, Elder Qi, and Elder Yuan also flew in all directions at this moment, stabilizing the fluctuating space around them. Qin Yun immediately took out the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. Immortal Desolate Great Emperor saw him take out the Heaven Leaping Shuttle and immediately shouted, "Don't let him escape." Quickly disturb his space. The group of immortal emperors who wanted to besiege Qin Yun also crazily released their formidable immortal emperor power to disturb the space. Qin Yun has already entered the Heaven Leaping Shuttle. Let's go. Qin Yun controlled the heaven-leaping shuttle and immediately traversed through space. In the blink of an eye, Qin Yun arrived inside the Thunder Fog Heavenly Forest. Motherfucker, that was so close. Just now, Qin Yun already felt how powerful those outer heaven domain powers are. They can actually directly cross heaven domain teleportation. Fortunately, they were blocked. Ling Yun'er said, Xiao Yun, this sun's sacred land is indeed a good hiding place. Qin Yun chose to come to the Thunder Fog Heavenly Forest because he fancied the formidable heavenly thunder here. If someone wanted to tear space here, they would be struck by lightning. Will the Imperial Race Divine Palace be besieged? Qin Yun is somewhat worried. They don't need to become enemies with the Imperial Race. The Dark Royal Race and the Imperial Race have stopped fighting. If the other major powers join hands to attack the Imperial Race, even if they take down the Imperial Race, what benefits will they get? What's more, if they attack the Imperial Race, they will suffer heavy casualties. Ling Yun said with smile. Qin Yun suddenly felt his divine, king heavenly seal tremble. He immediately took it out and heard immortal, desolate, sacred master's voice. Big brother, are you dead? Idiot, where did you die? At the most critical moment, you didn't appear? Qin Yun shouted. I am transforming myself. Where are you? Immortal, desolate, sacred master asked. You want to find me? Qin Yun said. Of course not. Wouldn't I be courting death if I want to find you? You are currently being besieged by many powerful immortal emperors. Immortal, desolate, sacred master said with smile. I was just casually asking. It's good that you are fine, that you're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.